Is this the day?
Yeah, he's going to come in and say hi.
He wants to promote his show tonight, and then he sent like 18,000 plugs, for shows he's doing.
It was typical Jackie Day for me yesterday too, because Gary sent me a note saying, I guess Free FM offered Jackie.
No, I didn't send it. Or Tim sent that. No, I didn't even know about
Tim
that.
Sent that. Oh, I guess Free FM, our old radio station that's doing so well, offered him like two tryout shows for the week, and. Did I have a problem with it? And I said, absolutely not. I don't have a fucking problem with it, but it's. I don't want to be in that loop anymore, the Jackie loop, where I have to, give my blessing. Because I never can win that one.
No.
I don't know how I always end up in that.
Pissed off.
Yeah, I got nothing to do with that. You can do whatever shows you want.
The guys in the office were asking.
Although I could make a good argument that the only reason
hey,
they want
when did they hear him on the radio?
Yeah. But who cares? They're welcome to him. Welcome to anything you want.
I was talking to the guys in the office the other day after we talked about Jackie last week, and they were asking me, what was it really like? Like, what were some of the things that would cause this tension?
Right.
And I started thinking about it. I said, okay, perfect example. We're here at Satellite. They just announced the potential merger the other day. Jackie would immediately be, we're doubling our fan base. I want more money. And that would go on.
He's back in he's in negotiation.
Yeah, we're going for the next year, and then you'd be uncomfortable, and he'd come in and he'd say, like...
I used to be like, well, Jackie, when was your pay evaluated through, the amount of people who listen?
Right.
But didn't he actually pull that?
Well, he did. The thing was... See, again, I would hear bits and pieces, and I would always think you'd know more than me, but I remember that when we started adding affiliates... He wanted to start to tie his salary to percentages.
He wanted to audit me.
Yes.
Yeah.
He did.
And I just said, I don't know what planet you're fucking
Bring your
on.
papers in.
He wanted.
Bring your papers.
But
he wanted to know. He wanted me to open up my books.
Oh, I know that.
He wanted a salary tied to a percentage of your salary, which doesn't make sense.
Well, to him it does. In Jackie world it does.
We should ask about all of this when he comes in.
Yeah.
Water into the fridge.
Did someone really use that language with you? Audit you?
Well, it was more or less like what it was.
We just want to peek at your books.
At one point, I guess Jackie had gone to management and asked for some deal, so they contacted my agent, and my agent said to me, well, what they're essentially saying is they want to audit you and see what you make.
And then Jackie will determine what he makes.
And I went, oh, okay, tell him to leave.
That's unbelievable.
Tell him, like, you know what? I just gotta. I can't take it anymore.
That's what. You know what? One of my favorite.
Does he get his salary lowered when we lost afflights? I wonder.
Right, or when the audience would dip. But one of my favorite things to do, because every once in a while they'd be quoting, Howard's whatever they thought his salary was in the newspaper. And that would be a good day for me because I always loved looking at Jackie's face while I read those articles. Because he would be, you could see the numbers. He was clicking, calculating in his mind how much he was losing on the deal.
I need blueprints and interior photos of Howard's house. Like, I just even remember, like, right before Jackie left, I was so, like, browbeaten from him and so punch drunk from it.
Yeah.
Punchy, literally, from all of his negotiating and his looking at me in a strange way. And I remember I had him out to my house, and I just met Beth, and we were hanging out. Jackie left when I just first met Beth.
Right.
And he actually hung out with me and Beth a couple of times. And then I remember when his negotiations were going on, he goes, well, I'm going to have to leave and give that beautiful lady a kiss for me. And I went, uh-oh. Now he's looking over the Beth situation.
Right.
Is he going to expect me now to get him a girlfriend?
He needs 10% of her, too.
Yeah, I know that might have been driving him nuts, too. So I was always like, what's going to set Jackie off now? Am I going to wear two nice pair?
Anything you do in your life.
If I buy some jewelry, is it going to set him off?
How many carats is that?
But,
you mean you thought he was going to be pissed that you were dating a hot chick?
You could just
pissed him
give
off.
that beautiful lady a big... And I went, I could tell already it was in Jackie mode.
Give that beautiful lady a big kiss when you're riding in that big block-long limousine from your two homes.
There was always a calculation, like while Jackie was trying to enjoy himself and not notice what was going on around him, he was noticing everything.
All he did was notice.
That's all he did was like sweep the room, determine how much this was,
you felt like
decide what was going on there.
He should have traveled like with an accountant, to evaluate and do audits on everyone. But I just
it's going to be a pleasant appearance.
But it was a weird move.
Well, that's what did it in. I mean, he see what Jackie should have done, in my opinion, and I told him this many times. I said, forget me. Look at you. Right. There isn't a guy in radio doing what you're doing, making the kind of money. I don't think there's a guy in television making the kind of money. I'm talking about writing and doing your thing.
I have the answer for that.
I know.
No, the answer for that was that he created the position. Right. And that there was no peer to evaluate it.
Well, sometimes you got to evaluate it yourself.
But he would always say,
I'm like the guy who landed on the moon.
There's no me in any other part of show business to compare it to for a price comparison.
But it was also that he somehow thought he created Howard.
Yeah, that was the other thing.
That was the problem.
Yeah.
Apparently, he didn't know that Howard was around before he got there.
He was the clay, and I was the potter.
Yeah, I mean, Jackie had snappy lines and stuff, and I loved it. It was fun, but it just dawned on me that I kind of do this thing anyway, and maybe I don't need... In fact, some people had said to me, well, you can tell the lines, and, it kind of isn't you. And
hey, can I tell you one other thing that Jackie did that I thought was always weird? When he was in contract negotiation, it was very clear, because he would come in and he would alert you about a minute before you went on. I'm let you know things aren't going well.
Yeah, right before I'm going on.
And then it would be like he would pout for a while. And Artie, you'll get this analogy. Like, Jackie would sort of work at 3/4 of capacity.
Right.
And it was almost as if...
it was a work slowdown.
It was a work slowdown. It was almost
to show me what it would be like without him.
It was almost as if Jeter was in contract negotiation and decided he was going to sort of not run so fast to first base.
Well, athletes have been accused of that.
Yeah.
But it was
what would be weird is, too, because we'd get into a rhythm and then he'd throw the rhythm off, and it was upsetting and annoying, and I don't need that shit. So, but Jackie really did me the biggest. Jackie is probably one of the only people in the world that ever taught me as big a lesson as I've gotten in life. And there are 3 or 4 moments in my history that I can think of it. And Jackie taught me that I am fine on my own. And I really don't need to get horseshitted around by anyone in this business. I think I used to say that, but I don't know that I really believed it.
I was going to say, don't you think you sort of knew that, though, before?
No,
I really didn't. Robin will tell you, I didn't. I really didn't know.
I wanted to... I kicked and screamed.
Yeah, Robin would say to me, don't you realize that this is just ridiculous?
If Robin had her way, Jackie would have been gone in 87.
Yeah, but I
and not because I hated Jackie,
right.
but I didn't like the whole deal.
But
I get attached to people, and I get very, I'm very, very, I don't like change, but I've really changed as a result of Jackie. I'm okay, It's part of the reason I think that you and I, Artie, can have such a good relationship, too. It's like when Artie will come to me and say, you know what, Howard, I need to do this or I need to do that. And I don't want a contract that's long and binding and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay with it, because I love Artie. I love Robin. I love Fred. I love everyone. But, my dignity was being... attacked. I didn't feel like I had any dignity.
More than anything else, it was like, why are you letting him do this to you? Like, he's abusive.
Yeah, so I kind of...
But he would, you're saying he would purposely screw up the show on the air?
No, but he would be less happy.
I would allow him to affect my mood. And I can't do that. I work with other people. I have a life.
But it affects everyone else in the room. It affects Fred. It affects me.
When I see
that, that means I have to make an adjustment.
If you walk in this morning...
It was just bad, but it was my psychological drama.
When there's tension, I know from being here for 6 years, when there's tension, the show isn't the fans might like it, but it's at its best when we're all sort of getting along and having fun and everything. And if there's one sort of monkey wrench in that, I could totally see how that can fuck things up just from experiencing what it's like here.
It just became too tense and there's a certain element of that that's funny on the air, but then even listeners will start writing and go, okay, enough with that already.
Right.
It's
when is the drama going to end?
Yeah.
Jackie Marlowe's here. Marlowe. We're going to bring him in. He's already like, what is this? Why do I have the camera?
Is he plugging stuff already?
Yeah, he's already plugging shit. He's got his cards up, He's like Melrose Larry Green. He's got all his plug cards.
Jackie.
Good morning.
Good morning. How's it going?
Excellent. Oh, look at this. I got to hold this coffee from, man.
What's going on here?
Wow. He got you, man. He's almost like Dice Clay.
Now I got proof.
So what are you doing here today?
I don't know. I thought I was doing Imus.
Just gonna hang out with the guys.
No, I came by to say hello and to promote my radio show.
Is Jackie here yet? Oh, Jackie is here. What are we going to talk to
What
Jackie
are you making
about?
a big star like Jackie sit in the green room? We have these great discussions about Jackie when he's not here.
We talk about Jackie. It's more fun than actually, like when he's here, it's kind of uncomfortable. What do you want to talk to him about?
I don't know. Well, we haven't seen him. Have we talked? Yeah, I guess we have talked to him.
You know what you need to talk to him about?
What, Fred's anger?
No, that Jackie just signed on with Sirius, part of the family now.
He is?
All right. With what? What's he doing?
He bought a radio?
The joke hunt. Yes, he signed on for a year.
Jackie bought a Sirius satellite radio?
He's part of the family.
Fred, do you ever confront Jackie on your anger toward him?
You know what? It's long past.
You like Jackie now?
I've always liked Jackie. He's a pain in the ass, and sometimes he can be an asshole, but I think he'd be the first to admit that.
You think Jackie would admit he's an asshole?
I think he would. I think
Jackie's
he's man
a-
enough
Jackie's
now.
a good guy.
Although he might be old school. He might not see that.
So it turns out we have nothing to talk to Jackie about.
we really
No,
don't.
I thought he was going to come in here and perform. I heard him on the...
Yeah, he says he's not prepared to do his music, his band.
That's a typical Jackie thing.
Yeah.
I called him yesterday, and he's got a full band. But I like to hear what Jackie's been up to.
He can't go acoustic.
I want to hear what he's been up to. I want to hear about his love life. I want to hear about his
That's true.
performing life.
But will
Right.
What he's doing. He's
not telling you nothing.
You know what?
There he is. No way. I'm telling you.
Fuck you!
Fuck you guys.
We'll have Richard and Sal come in here and work on you.
Yeah, they'll be gay for you.
Well, I mean, as a fan of the show for years, it would be good if you guys just had the conversation you had before with Jackie in the room.
No.
So he could respond to it. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, what are we going to say?
I don't know.
No, Jackie's my man. He can't do that.
It's always better to talk about Jackie when he's not here.
Talk behind his back.
I'll talk behind Jackie's back anytime, but never to his face. Jackie, why don't you come in here and then we can talk to Jackie? And
Must he?
yeah, Fred's not a big Jackie guy.
He's a huge Jackie fan. They used to have a good time back
We
then.
used to have a good time. Jackie, the joke, but look at him. Looks younger than ever. How old are you now?
I think he's as old as Regis.
Years older than you.
He's older than he's having bypass too. I
Yeah,
think.
he's as old as Regis.
Jackie, are you healthy?
Fred looks like his own grandfather on television.
Hey, Jackie, do you own a mirror?
Where do I sit? Right here?
Yeah, you own
Do
him.
you own a mirror?
Hey, good
You
looking.
fucking own a mirror, you fucking crypt keeper.
Now, I heard Fred doesn't talk anymore, and he just said more than I've ever heard.
Yeah, when you come in the room, he starts
You
talking.
He wakes
inspire.
up. I'm
Since
his-
you
inspire.
left, he hasn't said a word.
I'm the crowd alarm clock.
You're the muse.
You know he loves to do you.
Fred, Jackie is making a point. When Jackie was here, you would get more into your Jackie impression.
Oh, yeah.
You would
Well, there's
talk
nobody
more.
here to be an asshole like Jackie was in the old days.
That's the 10th time he said asshole.
Artie comes in, and he's a decent human being, and he's a professional, and he does his job.
Jackie-
Gary's a professional, and he does his job. Jackie comes in, doesn't do his job, and asks for more money.
Jackie always did his job.
I came in here, and I wasn't going to break Fred's balls, and now
not
he's
much.
like he's setting the scene here.
Right,
much.
he is definitely challenging you.
He, I said to Fred, let's get together for dinner. And he wrote me back, it's a little too blustery. Let's wait till it's nicer out.
That was just a nice
What
way of
does
blowing
the-
you off, asswipe.
What does... Yeah, obviously. It's a little blustery. First of all, who uses that word? It's just, Fred, just say no.
Okay, no.
And
Make you feel better? That's what Mel said to you when you wanted more money. No. Like that word a lot, don't you?
Oh, my God.
That's what Nancy said when when you asked her to stay.
There
No.
he is.
no.
Nancy said no.
It's got up to 100 miles an hour.
He's right there, Jack.
Why is he doing that?
I don't know.
I don't know, Jackie.
Over there, Jack, behind you.
No, I'm looking at Artie.
He
I
wanted to talk to Artie. He doesn't want to look at
I
Fred.
don't want to look at Fred. I don't want to turn to stone.
I mean, this
Looks like you already did.
This got ramped up.
Man. No, when we talk behind your back, Fred gets angry about you.
Everybody says that it's like Niagara Falls. Slowly I turn,
I know.
Hey, I got a question for
Well,
Fred.
just step back a little bit, Jackie, and look what you've done to the show when you did it to the show.
Whoa.
Wow.
What do you mean, Fred?
Well, the times that he's walked out, basically,
explain to me.
It's all about him. It's all about Jackie. It's all about the world of Jackie. It's all about me.
See, Fred, you don't
I
have
get
the
the attention.
concept.
I get the money. What?
Fred, you don't have the concept of me down.
You're right.
Not
I
of
don't.
me, but of yourself. You're
I
allowed
think
to ask for more.
I think
Not
Fred,
the way you did it.
I think I think Fred, though.
No, I'm taking my jokes and I'm going home. Thank you. Good night. Turn off my light.
I think Fred.
The difference is, Fred, everybody thinks you're crazy and they don't think I'm crazy.
No, they think you're crazy too.
No, everybody
Of course
knows
they
you're
do,
crazy.
but am I going to
Jack.
say that?
How many people don't think you're crazy?
You see, Artie,
Please.
this is the tension you were talking about. That
It's
exists.
great,
I gotta
right?
admit, look, I feel like a fan again. This is fantastic.
Hey, can I ask a Jackie Fred question?
Wait a minute.
I can't wait till Jackie starts goofing on Gary.
Yeah, that's only a
what
matter
I
of time.
missed. That's what I
I got that blunderbuss in my pocket.
Yeah.
But
He didn't come
I
in to
came
bust
on to
balls.
announce that me and Ian signed our contract and we're here for a year and you're stuck with us till
Oh, great. For
November.
Jackie's joke hunt.
Jackie's joke hunt.
Oh,
and
that's
it's
good.
exciting. It's fun.
Yeah. Jackie has his own show every Tuesday night here at Sirius on Howard 101. It's at 7 o'clock.
It's tonight, right?
7 p.m.
Right.
Eastern.
What's
7
the
p.m.
theme tonight?
Tonight is the finger banging show.
The
What does that mean?
finger banging
It's
show.
jokes about finger fucking.
The whole hour.
No, maybe one joke.
My sister.
We don't really adhere to the theme, but it makes it stupid. It's fun.
My sister has Sirius Satellite in her car.
Yes.
She goes, I'm driving on a long trip, and she goes, I didn't think I'd like it, but I listened to Jackie's whole show. It was great.
Yeah.
She liked it. The women even
Thank
like
you,
it.
Ellen.
Yeah, she likes it very
That's
much.
very,
I gotta
it's
say-
just good. It's me telling my goofy jokes,
Right.
I like it when
I
Jackie.
always
It's
scream.
fun.
I scream at the
I heard
radio.
you. I heard, you yell at the radio.
Yeah, I scream at the radio.
What were you saying, Gary?
I like when Jackie tells his jokes, but I love when Jackie tells his stories. That,
Yeah.
not his jokes, but his stories about real life.
Yeah, it's all in the show, and Jackie has taken the show, and now it has become very popular, and he's doing his thing, so he
It's
is back
fun.
with us. That's all.
Fun.
That's it. He's having
I wanted
fun.
to come in. I
Fred
get
was
a lot of
against me.
emails that people say, "When are you going to go in? When are you going to go in?" And I said, "I want to go in and say hello."
Fred, you were against me giving Jackie the show, right?
Actually, no.
No, you were. You were
And
okay
now
with
that now I've heard his show, I have to question my own judgment.
You listen to it, Fred? I swear to you, and you don't have to believe me. I have no idea why he's so hostile towards me. I honestly
I'll
don't.
explain it to you.
Thank
Here's
you.
his thing.
Because he doesn't see anything.
No,
it's this Jackie's blindness. Or
He
something.
felt that you were the only one on the show when you negotiated that you would do walkouts and you would, they'd have to turn out your lights on the E show for a month and this and that. It's
You were
somehow
like a high
everybody
maintenance
else,
chick, Jack.
We all have
Yeah.
our quirks.
right? So he
No, it's beyond quirk.
and he felt it disrupted the show. Robin too, right? You agreed with.
Well, Jackie
Fred.
knows how I felt.
Yeah,
I mean,
of
I
course.
always made it clear.
Right.
Usually hold yourself close to your vest.
Jack, what is going on?
There was no question.
What is going on these days with you? Are you,
Well,
are
I
you
had a-
involved in a romance?
Not really.
Isn't it amazing? Didn't you think Jackie was like the ladies' man of all time? I mean,
Yeah, he always, acted as if
Howard, I'm 59.
he
I'm
was.
not
Are you?
29.
Are you 59?
Well, 54.
That's what
really?
he's
How old
telling
are you?
everybody.
Gary's
48.
still has
He
no
was born in
idea.
48.
well, what does that mean? You're
February
59.
I was
48.
born 51.
February 48.
40.
Guaranteed.
He was born in the
51.
40s.
So what is
Give me
that?
a break.
What type of woman are you able to get young girls, or are you?
No, not really.
No.
No.
If you were with the show, you'd be able to get young girls.
Of course.
Yeah.
You can't go. I mean,
That's the
come
only
on.
thing I regret.
Jackie chose a great moment to leave
I
the
had
show.
15 years that,
Well, you were
of
married.
being married, and then I left the show and
Your timing sucks.
No,
You
that's
believe
fine.
this, Artie? I mean, Artie gets laid left and right.
Is that true?
Oh.
I mean, left and right compared to how I used to get laid. Now,
But look at you, left and right
You're
is a
holding
long ways
yourself
away.
back.
Yeah, right. I'm not like that.
No, Artie's holding himself back. Women are throwing their phone numbers at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they all look like me.
No, but Jackie.
The last hot chick I asked to go out to dinner, she said, it's a little too blustery.
Too blustery?
Unbelievable.
How great is that?
Okay, now you can buy your beach house, Jackie.
So you were going to go.
Like Jackie. I meant to say Artie.
Oh, Artie. Right. Yeah, Artie's
Fred's
gonna buy,
got so many things backed up to say that he can't get them out.
Artie is going to buy a beach house like you,
Yeah.
Jackie.
And then
Next
he's going
to
to put out
me?
some joke
no,
tchotchkes
not
like
up,
you.
not out by you, but he is going to follow in your footsteps and live on the beach.
I understand. And when
Yeah.
is he walking out?
I'm a real beach guy.
Any day now he's walking out. But what age girl are you dating now?
Just anybody,
Yeah,
I've seen him. I've seen
is a
him.
young girl to
8 to
you?
80 blind cripple or crazy.
Is a young girl to you like Joan Rivers or?
I dip under 30 here and there.
No, but- oh,
Till
do
they
ya?
find out, yeah.
Oh, do you?
No, please.
Have you dipped under 30?
No, I go out with anybody,
All right. Is it a lonely life? Are you sad?
Yes.
You are.
No.
I don't know. I just wonder what's going on. Are you dating someone now?
Yeah, I go out, I got a bunch of different people I go out with, and I actually work my ass off for that 1 hour show.
Yeah.
And it's cool.
That's it.
He's got a lot of gigs, I see.
And he and
The same
Nancy are
old-
still friends. That's the thing I always love.
You know what?
friends?
That's what I don't understand.
Still
Nancy and I are
friends.
great friends, and like people are flabbergasted by that. But you know,
Because you weren't friendly while you were married.
well, please.
Were you friends with Richard Jeni, the comedian?
That's so odd, man. You know, I saw him like twice in the last 20 years or 25 years, but you know, we were road warriors. You know, like I have a couple really great stories that from
Richard
traveling with
Jeni,
him.
by the way, is the comedian who shot himself in the head.
Yeah, but
But he was so funny and had such a great
know he had
ego
such
and he had such a good sense of humor. When I heard he died, I thought, holy jeez, Jenny's got had cancer and nobody knew it. And then somebody said, no, it was a suicide. I'm like, he would have been the last guy.
Did you know he had such a dark side?
No, I knew he was crazy and horny. He was a comedian,
right.
Howard,
but no different, some guys are wacky, but he was certainly not. He worked so hard on his act, and he was so goddamn funny.
Isn't Richard the guy who...
I tried to get him on here for years, and I get Richard Jeni in here.
Yeah, we had him on a couple
And then you
of
guys had
times.
him on after
Yeah.
I was cool.
As soon as you left, we had him on.
Isn't Richard the guy,
Just
Jackie,
waiting.
who at a party at your house found Nancy's giant
That's
shit?
the guy with the spanner.
Oh.
Yes.
The spanner.
He had to break it up with a hanger.
And I swear to God, you know how...
Yeah, Jackie had a party at his house,
Right.
and Jackie's wife, Nancy, used to take these massive shits.
Called a bowl spanner because it spans the
And
whole
she was
bowl.
a very skinny girl, like a great body, but she...
I almost
was like
called.
a
I almost
log
called
over a
scientists.
river, yeah.
I almost called scientists in to say, how did that?
Come out of her.
And Jenny, when we lived on Perry Avenue in Bayville, and when we had the 4th of July parties with 300 people, and Jenny went around and said that he went into the bathroom after Nancy came out, and there was a spanner that went across the bowl, like Tarzan would put down a log to
Yeah.
cross the stream, and
Right,
the water
it was a
went
big
under it.
bridge,
He
yeah.
had to break it up. It was. I
Do
was
you
going
think
to talk
maybe-
about it on the show tonight.
Do you think
at
that's
7
maybe
p.m.
why he?
on Jackie's show?
Do you think that's why maybe he killed himself? He saw Nancy's spanner.
in his
never
dreams,
get
like
over it?
that
maybe he
image
never got over it.
No.
But you know what Jackie used to say? He would say, like, she eats like a horse, Nancy.
Right.
But maybe she just shits it all out.
maybe
Like,
that's
She's
why
so
she's so
little
hel-
and thin, and she's always had a perfect body. She's
Right.
like,
She's probably healthy. You know what I mean? Like that, you
Right,
get it
that's the way
out,
it's
you eat,
supposed
you
to
get it
be,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
but she didn't flush it. I mean, she just
She
walked
probably
out.
flushed it. She didn't know it didn't go down because it was spanning.
But you look
When
the
I go to the
bowl.
bathroom, it
river.
doesn't span the drain.
Did you ever say to her, why didn't she?
Artie understood that.
Did you ever ask her why she didn't flush?
Absolutely.
Did you ever ask her why she didn't flush?
No, that's the point. She flushed, but it spanned the bowl. The water
But
went
she
under
didn't
it.
look in?
Well, I don't know. Do
Yeah.
you look?
She's having
Yeah.
a party. She
I
got to
do
get
too.
back
I
to her
take
guests.
photos.
I make sure it goes down the drain.
So I'm on Pharrell's show, and we're talking, and I start laughing about Gary, and I don't know what it is, but it's like Fred breaking my balls. I walk in the room, and it's like instant, and like I break into a smile, and I'm laughing. I'm telling them a few tales. And then I realized, and I know you've probably made this analogy, but we were peeing, that when you're talking to Gary, it's like talking to a girl with a really nice set of jugs.
Right.
Because she knows that inevitably you're going to look down, and like when you're talking to him, your eyes drift to
the
his
teeth,
mouth.
right.
That's great. And you get hypnotized. Laughing our ass.
It really is true because even today when Gary was standing at the microphone waiting to talk to me about something, I look over and he's trying to cover his teeth with his lips. And he couldn't get it done, and then I get obsessed. And I'm looking, and I go, he's trying to cover those teeth with his lips, and he can't. And then now, instead of concentrating on what I'm supposed to be concentrating on,
Next
I'm
thing
busy
you know,
looking at it.
your mind is in another
And
place.
this is why I miss Jackie.
No, but it hypnotizes you. He's right. Jackie used to draw constant pictures of Gary's mouth. There it is,
yeah,
right there,
yeah.
close up on the camera. Wait, here, look. See, there it is. You see how you get, it's like a fire. You know how you...
Where am
when
I
you,
looking? I don't get this.
You ever sit by a fireplace and you
Look
get
over at the
hypnotized
screen.
by it?
Oh, that's exactly. I was laughing so hard.
Yeah.
I swear to God, the funniest thing in the world was when I came in that time, the last time you were on at K-Rock or whatever, and I came in to talk to you guys. It was so fun to see and yak and fart around. And as I'm talking to Gary, it happened. I completely stepped out of the whole thing. It wasn't like I was looking at him and saying, oh, remember the guy with the teeth? Like
It
all of
happens,
a sudden
yeah.
it hit me.
You
And
know
I
what?
was like,
You know what he does, and it's just like exactly how Artie felt with the Don Rickles thing. When Don Rickles gets that tone in his voice, and he goes, "You baby gorilla." Jackie turns around to me and he goes, "Those lips." Oh, God.
it's
And
way,
it's like he gets
it's
like
way
a,
beyond saying anything.
he gets
Is-
a weird
is-
tone in his voice.
Is Gary's mouth kind of like when Pam Anderson bends over in a low-cut dress, like you got to look?
What are you going to do?
Yeah, what are you
keep
going to
talking?
do? Yeah, do you miss it? Do they ever haunt you, the lips and the teeth?
I'll tell you, the guy at the roast had said his His teeth look like a lineup of urinals at Shea Stadium. That was the funniest thing I've ever heard.
I forget who that was.
That was Greg Fitzsimmons.
That's really good.
That was so funny.
Did you see how he totally shifted Fred? It was Fred and it was like, boom.
Right.
Fucking left turn to Gary.
Let me keep talking to Fred so he can stay on my case. What am I, stupid?
That would always blow my mind. We'd be having a conversation about something entirely different.
No, Fred, you were having a conversation with Fred.
And he always steers it back to those teeth.
Gary's teeth is the ripcord for Jackie.
Absolutely.
It's the ripcord.
That's what he does. That's his thing.
Didn't you ask me?
You're a guest.
I thought you asked me.
No, you did. He did.
No,
you said, hey, by the way.
That's part of being a guest, Jackie.
You brought it up.
The art of deflection that John tried to master.
Do you see what I create in this room? Do you see it?
Exactly.
There's magic. There's magic.
It's not as good as when I'm not here. But
do you realize that Jackie's two favorite ball-busting moments, for me anyway, are Gary one time sent out a mass email with a mistake. Instead of the word make, M-A-K-E, he wrote EMAC.
No, it's A-M-K-E, which is a common...
I make the mistake all the time, but whenever I do it, I lie. Whenever I make that mistake, I see those gums.
So Jackie now, everyone, he puts Amki in every one of his emails.
I did it the other day.
Howard,
I did it the other day.
15 fucking years ago, the guy sent me an email.
Right.
I hope you Amk a lot of fun. Fuck you.
Amki.
And what's the other one?
The other thing has to be.
Come on, that never gets old.
I forgot about Amki.
I heard Tony listens to the show too. Is that true?
Yes, he does. He loves you.
Mr. X.
Oh well.
Whatever.
You're a dead man.
That cat's out of the bag.
Amki.
Good going.
And the other big Gary ball busting moment. Gee, what was I just thinking of?
The hair on the back of my haircuts. Used to
I
love
was thinking
the other mistake.
When I used to sing "Beautiful Dreamer," when he tried to talk to
No, I don't remember that.
Oh,
What
yeah,
was that?
you know what that is?
because he looks like Mighty Joe Young, and he'd come in and try and talk to you during commercials to try and explain to you, try and get your attention. Because he has like a 2-minute window. He's like, "Oh, come on, should we have this guy? Should we have that guy? Who should we have come in?" And like you'd be, and also I'd be back there going, because Mighty Joe Young, the theme song was "Beautiful Dreamer."
That's how they calmed the
she
ape
played
down.
that to calm down the ape, and I'd be going, and he'd go, "Shut up!" And you'd be like, what's going on?
No, that's why listening back then, no subject was too heavy. Whatever rap you were doing at any moment, it could be derailed by a half an hour abuse section on Gary.
Well, what Gary would
or on me. I mean, I would point it to him to get it off me.
But Gary would hate it the most when I would be yelling at him, and then I'd be done, and then Jackie would slip me a note like, look at those fucking teeth.
He'd write a line, it was over, and you were...
Well, what would happen was he would leave. He would leave, and just as he's going through the door, I'd go, "Look at that ass." Gary, come back.
I tell you, the thing that used to make...
It's like this. It's like barn.
The thing that used to make me crazy with Jackie is you really would be done, right? You'd be done.
Right.
And there would be this small moment of silence where you would be regrouping to think of what subject you were going to go to. And that's where you'd hear Jackie go... and that would remind you to fuck with me some more.
Right.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it would keep going on and on.
It would,
and on.
because he would laugh, and that would fuel you, and like, oh, maybe we should fuck with Gary some more, because it's obviously funny.
My favorite story you would tell about that time that I've overheard you guys talk about is during a commercial it wouldn't even stop, because Gary had to come in and get actual work done, and Jackie would pass a picture of his teeth.
That was maybe my other favorite thing.
He would hold 2 pieces of paper up to his lips. Those were Gary's teeth.
So like even during but the fact that it's during a commercial,
there was no cause for it.
It's just such dedication of ball breaking.
Look, Jackie would do this. Right? He'd go,
Come on, that's funny, man.
No question, it's funny.
Gary's trying to make a point. Everybody's laughing.
And then Jackie got into...
that's a commitment.
Jackie got into a weird phase where he was cutting out these white pieces of paper and putting the teeth on... he put them on Elliot Oppen over there. He put them on the cover of Rudy Giuliani in the paper. He would just tape them to everything. Remember?
That's true.
yeah, I guess my other thing I was thinking about is when we had the Channel 9 show and we were there for endless hours and we started painting and making paintings of Gary. And my painting was Gary coming out of the sea.
Oh.
And
that was as insulting as 50 15 years of breaking his shop.
But I wanted to do I wanted to do the rise of man, like he would morph into Gary, like an animal coming out of the sea. And I never had the skills as a painter.
No, but the buoy Lisa, that was Fred.
Fred was good.
I saw the T-shirt.
You know, we're all fooling around and wearing berets and breaking balls. He was Da Vinci.
Fred.
I mean, he climbed into the role and just was, you know.
But see, that was really
of art that
hurtful.
lasted forever.
The part that
Was that hard for you?
was hurtful and insulting. Was it drawing the pictures? I get it.
Now I'm
Jackie's laughing
insulted.
and
That was a
everything.
good piece of art.
You know what? I opened the door. You guys are supposed to be working for real.
Well, that's
you guys,
how we
you guys are supposed to be back there writing bits. And Artie, I opened the door, and all three of them, like the fucking Three Stooges, have easels and berets. They have fucking berets on.
You're forgetting the smock.
I opened the door, and they are laughing their ass off. Like it's really like a fuck you. You know what I mean?
But that wasn't even being taped.
No,
that was just fun.
I don't think we had cameras back then.
That was us entertaining each
That
other.
was us saying, look, we did a whole morning show. Then we'd sit there for hours and write every sketch for the Channel 9 show.
You got to keep the writers' room loose, guys.
I know.
It was, an unwinding thing they were doing.
And then here's where it got crazy.
But we had berets. I mean, come on.
And
where'd that come
you had
from?
smocks,
Somebody
too.
sent us berets, and we'd walk around the station in our berets. And then we had people cleaning our paintbrushes.
Well, you said we want to paint, and didn't they send up paints and brushes and
But here's where
berets?
it got really, really insulting. So Jackie and the guys would just
Here's where it got insulting.
Jackie and the guys would draw, because that was all coming back. They would draw like pictures of me on a just plain piece of 8x10 white paper. Remember? And it would just be
and they tacked them up.
Howard
We
would
had a
draw something,
gallery
Fred would
at
draw
one
something.
point.
So at one point they filled the entire wall. I'm not kidding, from top to bottom. And then they would draw
Only
one that
with
they
good
really
ones.
liked, and they would fight over which one to take down to put up the new one. And it would be no, you can't take that one down.
Well, they had to be quality
There
control.
had to be a decision that only Gary art was what they were going to do.
Well, at one point I had this idea because we were so popular in New York. I would start a museum, and then just hang every picture that we drew of Gary, and like our fans could come and see all the
It would
Gary
be
art.
so funny. It
Yeah.
would be so funny.
Do you still have those pictures? 'Cause
We
they're-
must.
Did you collect all the
There had to be
the
over
pen and
100.
inks?
There was
Or the paper and ink?
The etchings.
There were tons. Yeah, maybe I have them. Jackie might have them for all
Well,
I
I
know.
have just notes where I'd write a joke about Gary, but draw the big circle head with the teeth taking up 90%.
What I resented was Jackie would use up every canvas because he would do 3 or 4 paintings a day.
Yeah, he had no quality control.
He's just reminding me that he started drawing Gary. At first, Gary had a head and, eyes and nose. And eventually, Gary became the mustache and the teeth.
Right.
And he would just hold them up.
And then remember, we morphed into our executive producer, Dan Foreman. We morphed into drawing Dan.
There was a few Dans on the wall.
There was some Dans, but mostly Gary.
Mostly Gary.
Well, we obsessed on Dan for a while because he's not the world's prettiest gentleman.
Look,
and
there's Gary. Look at the TV
see?
monitor.
There he is.
you know what? I think he's still pissed off at me. Because it was my idea to take that stupid puppet of him
Right.
and mount it so when he talked to you from back room, that it would talk. Oh, and I know every time he comes in, he just
That I didn't mind. What I really did get mad at you about, because it was your idea, and you just got your little fucking stormtrooper to execute it, was when you guys stole the Gary puppet at appearance,
That was
and I
the
was
best.
too stupid to see that coming. How I didn't like that's one of those things where you go, how did I not see that coming?
I know. That was
And-
the greatest.
and,
You know what? I would love to take credit for that. But
John
I don't think,
blamed
I
it
think
all on
that
you.
was all John.
That was
No,
John.
John
That
blamed
was
me, but
born-
that was John's genius.
No, that was John. That was
Jackie had
born.
nothing to do with it.
We were back writing something, and we spent a lot of hours together writing. And John just told us that he was going to steal the Gary puppet at
he
your
said
appearance.
it was Jackie's idea, and he
Of
just
course.
executed it.
No.
That was all John.
Oh, I would love to take credit for it.
I mean, it was brilliant.
Because
Well,
John knew you had asked to take the Gary puppet to an appearance.
When Gary lost that Gary puppet.
Artie, can I tell you
And
how
I
stupid
said,
I am?
I went in on it. I said to Gary, I don't mind you taking the Gary puppet to your appearances, but just know that's a one of a kind. I love that fucking thing more than I do
I
you.
He
remember
was
when all
so
that went down.
petrified.
So it was all set up that I love the Gary puppet.
Right.
Gary shows up. John somehow sneaks the Gary puppet
Can I
out.
tell you how he did it, though? Because this is my stupidity. I think about it. I thought about it afterwards. I was so fucking angry that I was such a sucker for this. I was doing an appearance at a car stereo store in New Jersey, right? So John had set it up with the
Always
guy.
fun.
I'm doing one tomorrow.
So the guy, the puppet's behind the counter, and the guy, the owner of the store, grabs me and he goes, listen, we've got this amazing sound system. You need to come out to the car and hear it. So I get in this guy's car where he cranks the stereo up as loud as he can with my back to the store. They could have fucking, taken my car and everything. I'm like leaning back in the chair going, this is great. When I come back, the puppet's gone. And I go to the guy where it goes. He goes, I don't know. And I'll tell you what, this is crazy. I don't know if I've ever told you this before. A listener, had given me the plate of the car that took it. He saw it, the puppet thrown in a car. Right. It turned out it was John's assistant. I had a friend of a friend who was a cop. I actually had him run the plate. They couldn't find the plate. It turned out it was off by 1 digit. Yeah. Like, I was going to find that fucking puppet before I came back on Monday.
Did you call me and have to tell me that you lost the puppet?
No. What happened was I was just waiting until Monday. I knew that you guys took it, but I couldn't prove it. But I knew it, and I knew I was going to get shit. So I kept calling John all weekend. And
let me ask you a question. Who else but Gary could have such an intricate thing where you have a cop that's going to chase down the thing and find the plate and find the guy? But you know the plate was off by a digit.
I didn't write it down, asswipe. I didn't write it down.
I think it's a 4 or an 8.
Wouldn't it have sucked if Gary had killed himself?
Well, let's try every number. It's off by 1 digit.
Yeah, it's only 7.
Yeah, which one is it, Robin? Was it the first one?
You try each one.
No, let me see if I have this here. Maybe we'll do a little in Orange. Give Rodney a Chance prank call on your page in Orange. Have you heard that, Jackie?
On what?
The Give Rodney a Chance prank call. Have you heard that?
Oh, the prank call using, you'll give Rodney a chance joke.
I heard about this, and I would love to hear.
All right, here you go. Here is the Jack and Rod show and Jackie's Give Rodney a Chance.
You uncussing.
And we're back on the Jackson and Rodney show. What up, what up, what up? Yo. Yo, so we've been running this contest, right? Yeah. So check this shit out. Who we got on the phone?
Rodney.
Okay, let's say hello to Wacky Jackie the janitor, and let's get this game rolling.
How you doing, Wacky Jackie?
All right, Rodney, I'm at your kitchen. You can answer this kitchen, you can get the diploma and you can gadget.
Okay.
What am 3 times 3?
9.
That's the wrong answer. 7.
Oh, Rodney, come on.
Wacky is whack.
Well, he's saying that you're giving the wrong answers here.
And I'm saying he's whack.
Give Rodney a chance. Give Rodney a chance.
Give me the question already.
If you can answer this question, you can get the diploma and you can gadget. What am 5 plus 2?
7.
That's the wrong answer. 8.
What type of operation you running? I know my math, nigga.
Give Rodney a chance. Give Rodney a chance. Rodney, I'm going to answer one more question. If you can answer this question, you can get the diploma and you can gadget.
Okay, what is it?
What am 6 minus 1?
5.
That's the wrong answer. 7.
Wacky, I know that's the right answer, you motherfucker.
We're sorry that Wacky Jack he's a tough customer. Wacky Jack just didn't have it together today. I'm sorry, my man.
Give Rodney a chance.
Okay, just fuck y'all. I'm tired of this bullshit anyway.
How great is that?
That is so funny.
Yeah, well.
Now I have no idea. That's a bit. That's not a call.
No, that's a
is that a
phone call. Yeah.
I can't even tell.
Using your voice. Well, so finish your story about Richard Jeni. So the guy who killed himself. I knew Richard a little bit because we had him on the show after you left.
But of all the people, like if you told me 20 comedians, you'd say, oh, that guy might do something, and that guy might do something. But that would have never been. I mean, I didn't know him. He was in one of my favorite stories when we were down south, and he was on stage in Savannah back in the days when there was like 15 or 20 people in the whole place. And he wasn't doing very well. It was so long ago that he was actually the middle act, and I was the headliner, and he started doing Jewish stuff. I mean, if you did it in Savannah now, nobody would understand. This is like 1981, and he's doing Jewish-related jokes. And they're sitting there looking at him like he might as well have been speaking French, So out of frustration, and this is a true story, he goes, do any of you people know what a bagel is? And a guy in the corner goes, yeah, it's a hunting dog. I fell off my chair. I was screaming. I could see him. I could see him.
What comedians would you expect to kill themselves? Richard
so
Jeni.
They know.
Yeah. I mean, it's...
You know what? I don't know anybody well enough anymore, but, some guys are more stable than others. There was one guy that killed himself like 25 years ago who was so funny but could not get a gig, just couldn't get a gig. And you were really worried that one day you're going to say, well, he's gone, and then he was gone. But he was so funny. Artie, I don't know if you know the story, but his name was Mark Center, and he was just one of those guys where the comedians would pee their pants and nobody else was laughing.
Is he the guy who jumped off the hotel in L.A. by the Comedy Store?
No, that wasn't him. That wasn't him. He, garage with the car, Mr. Colonel Mustard in the hallway with the lead pipe,
That's scary.
But he couldn't, and people would say, you can't hire him, and I'd have to wait a couple months and then use him again when they'd forgotten who he was, because he just couldn't get a freaking laugh. But one year he got a job, and he couldn't get a job. Couldn't work. He never worked. He just walked around the comic strip being depressed. And one Christmas, I said, "How you doing, Mark?" And he said, "I just got a job as a department store Santa Claus." He said, "It's really nice to have something steady."
And then he killed himself.
Saddest story ever.
What? So when's the last time you got laid?
This morning.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
Had a girl last night?
No.
Oh.
No, I have hookers.
No, seriously.
Maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I get laid here and there.
Yeah, I can't
3 times, up, down, and up.
I just think it was the biggest faux pas, this guy leaving the show
When
and
he
then getting
did,
the divorce.
when, he was going to be single again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's weird.
Hey, can I ask a question of Jackie and Fred sort of together?
Because he could have a new manager now.
It's one of those it's one of those weird things that happened on the show, and I never, as good of friends as I was with both of them, I was never able to talk to either one of them about it. I've always wondered what it was like.
Okay.
One day I walked in, Fred and Jackie wrote everything together. They were a team. They did everything together. It was great. And one day I walked in, and Jackie announced that he had negotiated a deal where he was the head writer.
Right.
And I remember it was very uncomfortable on both sides, and it was never discussed. And I just always wondered what was.
See, this is invent. I never thought it was uncomfortable. Maybe Fred was uncomfortable, but Fred is uncomfortable.
But why wouldn't you think? Why would you think Fred would be uncomfortable over?
I never thought he was. You've created this.
You think so?
I think so.
Fred, was it uncomfortable, Fred?
Yeah, it was uncomfortable.
Yeah, but who would know?
Oh, dude, come on.
Oh, yeah.
Everything together.
I walked in one day and Fred opened up to me and said, "Jackie, you know what really bothers me? Oh, come on.
But how could you not
Tell me 2 things that bother Fred right now. You've been with him 25 years.
I know a lot of things that bother Fred.
Go ahead.
You're 2 of them.
It's a good way to deflect.
There were 2 things that bother Fred.
I want to go on record saying I love Fred Morris. I love him.
Fred Morris?
One of the funniest guys in the world.
But how could you not think it would be weird that you guys did everything together and then one day you would somehow, I didn't even understand.
You were his only, you were only 2 writers, and so you became his boss.
Okay. What happened was...
And I wrote some stuff, but you were my boss
Jackie
too, I
had
guess.
to have a title. Yeah.
No, if you want to know what happened, when we got the Channel 9 show, they called me up and said, "All right, we're doing this show, and you and Fred are going to be segment producers."
Okay.
And I said, "I'm not a segment producer. I'm a writer."
Right.
And they said, No, we don't have a deal with the Writers Guild. You can't be writers. You have to be... segment. And I said, "No, I'm a freaking writer." And then it got me pissed off. And I said, "In fact, I'm the last guy that's deciding what's going in front of Howard, so I want to be head writer," because they backed me in the corner. And I got pissed off. And they said, "But Fred writes as much, blah blah blah." And I said, "But I'm the last one that sees it before it goes in front of Howard, so I'm the head writer, and I write a little bit more than Fred anyway." And they said, "Well, that's because he's so busy with the sound effects." I said, "Well, I don't want to be head sound effect guy. I want to be head writer." "Yeah, of course he's too busy because he's doing a different job." So and that was the thing. So I went to the wall, and then
Fred, what do you think of this?
So me and Fred both got wound up being listed as writers instead of segment producers, which is a big deal.
That's classic Jackie.
That is Jackie.
I'm still thrilled. I didn't want friggin' segment producer.
What upset you, Fred, about it?
I don't know. It just seemed like he put himself above me in that respect, and that really pissed me off.
Right.
I was with the show before, Jackie. I wrote just as much. Sorry, Jackie. I wrote just as much as you did, and a lot of stuff off the air. We kind of shared in the responsibilities, and the fact that you would
No. This was all about what happened on the fly.
Dude.
And when I started on the... Shut up, Martian. When I started on the show...
No, you're not going to shout me down on this one, because this is the truth, and you know it's the truth. We all sat there together. Me, you, and Howard. All in one room. We hashed it out. We were a team. The fact that you decided, I'm going to be the head cheerleader. What the fuck?
I think there was also something about his evaluating, too, that
absolutely.
bothered you as well.
No, it had everything to do with what we did.
I take responsibility for that. I said to Jackie, you are going to be the arbiter of what gets through to me.
Right, so that...
Right. I'm talking about in the studio, yeah.
In the studio, which is
but I think
fairly important.
Still resentful.
Well, yeah, somebody had to make the decision.
And Oh, I lost my train.
And he said that sometimes he'd be trying to hand you something and you would not look at it because you were busy
Who's that?
writing your own thing. Fred.
You know, I'm sitting there trying to be in your head and writing stuff, and sometimes I'm in the middle of writing something, and he's like wagging it, and I'm like, oh, hold on. And, you know, it was so much fun. I got about 10 things.
Like
I'd have to find them at least 10 times. He would hand me a note. He would hand me a note, and it would already be something word for word what I'd already written, because we were on the exact same plane. But he was, it just got so funny, because he thinks that everybody hates him, you know. So I would write something, and you would say something horrible to Fred, because I'd write something horrible, and he would look over in the bin. Because he'd say to himself, did Howard say that because he hates me? And he'd look in the bin to see if...
What are you trying to say, Fred?
We're steering away from the actual fact. The fact of the matter is you appointed yourself head writer. True or false?
Yes.
Thank you.
I absolutely did.
And I don't think there's anybody in this room, if you were working on an equal plane, that wouldn't feel upset about that.
What? Why didn't you say something? If I was,
because I think I was a
team
player.
When I came on the show, now I remember when I came on the show, when we went to mornings, or maybe it was at the end when we first went to K-Rock at the old TED building.
So
I
Fred
called it
was
TED
like your
building.
assistant.
No, but when we went to the TED building, I used to write on the 8x10 papers with a Sharpie, and Fred would write on a little piece of scrap paper and hand me something.
Right.
And I'd have to rewrite it and put it in front of you. Now, by the time he writes it, gives it to me, I read it and rewrite it. And finally, at one point, I said, this is ridiculous. And I got a stack of paper and put it in front of Fred and said, here's a Sharpie. Write it so he can read it, and I'll pass it to him, because we're losing the moment by you writing it, hand it to me, and me.
All right, so there was
he was the head writer.
So I think I had something. I don't think you ever passed the note the entire time during the show till I got there, Fred. I mean, I may be wrong.
No,
you know, I started that whole thing, and he started handing me scraps of paper, and I was like,
no, Jackie,
you see what I'm saying?
Before you came, I was actually writing bits and writing song parodies and coming up with ideas. So,
but who's denying that?
The mechanism may have been different, but I was still contributing.
Oh.
All right. Listen, it's never going to...
Who's saying you didn't contribute?
Jackie was head writer because he had nicer penmanship.
That's it.
Thank you.
You want something?
And it makes a difference.
I stand corrected, Jackie. You're absolutely right.
What was it you created? The flying gag writer?
All right, listen. Let's stop this before it gets ugly. Dominic Barber wants to say hi. He has a question for Jackie. Go ahead, Dominic.
Well, first of all, he, of course, invented the bloated attorney. However, you haven't gone into the last negotiation. You haven't discussed how it all ended.
Didn't we do that on
I think we did that the last time.
Yeah, Dominic, enough.
Enough with that. We have to move on to Jackie's present day.
What wife are you on?
He's on his... It's going to be his fourth wife.
Who is
You got to stop rolling over on him, Dominic.
All right, Dominic, congratulations. Yes, Dominic has announced he is remarrying Leslie.
Yeah, so his third and fourth wife.
I was making a joke. Is that true?
It's true. They got a divorce, but now he's remarrying Leslie.
And I think it was actually Fred that came up with bloated attorney.
There you go.
No, I think Jackie did.
I think you did.
No, I think you did. I don't want to take credit for that.
All right, let's go to Sonny. Sonny, go ahead. You're on the air in Middlesex, New Jersey with Jackie, the joke man Martling. A walk down memory lane today between him and Fred and all the excitement.
Let me say what an honor it is to talk to Jackie. And, Fred, you could say whatever you want about Jackie. I don't think anyone could deny that he is just extraordinarily talented and that he has contributed a lot to the show.
I'm waiting for this shoe to drop.
Never said anything to the contrary, man.
Hey, Wolf.
Hello.
Yeah, well, I did want to say that I wanted to play Stump the Joke Man just for old time's sake and see if I could stump Jackie.
All right. Go ahead.
So, Jackie, how was the copper wire invented?
How was the copper wire invented?
Two Jews fighting over a penny.
Son of a bitch.
Wow. All right, there you go.
Hold on. Hey, Howard, can I ask Jackie? Benji was saying the other day that he feels that there's some animosity between you guys. Do you feel that way, Jackie, or what?
Benji said on the wrap-up show
that,
what
did he say?
As a general, he goes, Jackie's nice to me at times, but he said he feels that Jackie's been very mean and rude to him at times, recently as well as back then. I think there was a weird dynamic, almost like what was going on with Fred and Jackie. When Benji came into the studio to sit next to Jackie,
Jackie would say many times, this guy's trying to steal my job.
It was definitely a pain in the ass because, you talk about Fred's waggling a piece of paper. trying to get his joke in. Not trying, he's helping the show. He's got a good idea, but I got Fred, and now I got Benji, too, and I'm trying to write, and so it's coming at both ends. It was a little much.
But that's the job of a head writer.
That was the job of a head writer. But it was nothing personal.
Benji insinuated that off the air, Jackie had said things to him that he considered rude.
What did he say?
Like what?
Benji?
This is news to me.
Yeah, what is this?
I'm the only guy that gave you a Christmas tip, Benji.
Well, you don't tip your coworker. You give him a gift.
You actually owe me a couple $1,000, but that's my fault for not billing you for the food. But
that's true.
Me and we kept saying, Benji, tell us what we owe you.
Tell us what the problem is. Have it out with Jackie now, or forever hold your tongue.
Listen, I totally acknowledge you created what I do.
You look good.
You look good.
It's been good for you.
And Jackie could have ruined what I did, too. He could have destroyed it.
What?
But,
what do you just tell us what's on your mind, or shut up?
Wait, I don't. What's that? I could have ruined what you do.
Yeah, you could have totally destroyed it.
What's he saying?
I think he feels like maybe he was sabotaging
your employee.
something.
Well, it's your fault he's here.
No, generally off air, you've always been kind of mean to me.
Really?
In what way?
But who isn't mean to you?
Yeah,
a lot of people. I have a lot of friends.
Really?
Yeah.
I know. I don't like
it. It's right now. It's like a fake frivolity.
Right.
And
no, but when have I ever been mean to you, Benji?
Can you give us
at times you've been nice too,
you know what? He's
I'm
being
saying,
outrageous for the show.
In the hall,
No, he's really said this, but I would like for him to explain it.
Yeah,
succinctly.
I don't understand.
I'm not bitter about it. It's just I'm saying, Jack, you have a certain way of always putting me down and not being like a friendly person.
Not to be a bullbuster, Benji, but I don't think I go to the trouble.
Okay.
What is
I really don't, and I apologize.
Honestly, what's the example of that?
Yeah, of course it's me.
Well, what Jackie just said is kind of mean.
In other words, you don't think about Benji.
Yeah, like what? I don't have the history with him that I have with you guys,
right.
so it's not like instant rapport and,
I'm not saying
giggling.
We don't have any kind of feud or anything, but
well, then what do you?
I'm saying you're
I'm not a rude guy. I've never been called rude by anybody. What are you talking about?
All right. Well,
what I do?
Benji, can you give us an example?
Yes,
Benji.
I mean,
Benji.
Jackie used to have you out to his house. I remember that, didn't he?
I have videotape of Benji drinking my food, drinking my beer, and eating my food.
Drinking food is a problem.
Right. Benji, I remember you being at Jackie's house.
I absolutely.
And you didn't feel welcome
there?
then?
I'm saying it's actually been more so the last couple years.
I've been
what
here
has he
I've
said
been
to
here
you?
twice.
It's not, Robin.
In 6 years, I've been here twice.
Have you ever felt anyone act cold towards you?
I suppose.
And that's
Would
that's
I
what-
be able to cite an example?
It's cold to me.
I was probably being cold to them. Wasn't that the way it was, Jackie?
Well, why don't you go over and talk to Jackie? Maybe.
No.
You're not looking for that? No. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Howard.
All right. Thank you.
F. Jackie.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go to Lena. Lena, you're on the air. Let's say hi to Jackie the Joke Man in Miami. Lena.
Hey, Howard. Do
Hi.
me a favor. I'm going to tune into All Nation when Jackie leaves. Please send an intern to All Nation. Let me know that I can go back on to the show.
Why don't you want to hear
You've
Jackie?
listened to Jackie for like an hour already.
I hate him. I'd rather hear Artie chewing on a muffin.
All right, thank you.
And that's Jackie's sister.
Marty, go ahead.
Hi, Howard. I agree so much with Fred. I pretty much can't stand how self-serving Jackie is. I mean, the only reason he is on there is to promote his new contract, and isn't it funny how he only is on there when he finally gets a new contract, and you've been asking for him to come in for how long now? For over a year?
Well, why do you have to be like that? I mean, he has things to promote, and that's why people come in. And I don't think he's doing anything that's not.
I mean, this is how it is.
true.
You know, come in and I should have come in, and then you come in, and it's like, what's he doing? There?
Yeah.
You know, it's like
everyone wanted you in, and now you're here, and then they want you to leave.
Get out.
John, go ahead. You're on the air. John.
Yeah, what's happening, guys? Listen, I got two things. First of all, since we're talking about the Artie chair, the Jackie chair, I'd like to promote the next replacement to be either Fitzsimmons or Mohammed Al-Fayed. And actually,
Muhammad was good.
He was good.
Oh, he was a home run. No,
Yes.
grand slam, three-point shot, what the fuck.
Right.
Whatever. Richard Jeni, also, I heard he actually killed himself because of the goddamn Jackie plugs just overwhelmed him.
I expected that to be the
All right. Well, thank you, John, for that comment. Let's see if there's anybody who wants to say hi to Jackie. Ray in the Bronx.
Yeah, this is Pothead Ray. Howard, I love you. Artie, I love you. Fred, I think they should have Jackie come over once a month so you could talk more and just keep ragging on him.
You know what? I think that's a great idea.
That's right. I have to say Fred has come out of his shell.
There you go.
I thought Fred was the one who left the show. I actually heard more from Jackie on the show than Fred. But no, seriously, Fred, I like seeing you involved with Jackie
so we should
again.
bring Jackie around some more.
That's right.
A little dysfunction doesn't hurt.
That's
I was
right.
watching your movie, and Fred, you were talking so much, and I love it so much. And then when Jackie comes on, you're ragging on him. I'm like, this is awesome. This is classic right here.
That's
All right.
amazing. It's like,
let's get to John. John Kishman
But
took us
that really
around.
is true, right? I
Right.
mean, he really doesn't talk a lot.
Right.
you want to know
comes
something? I
alive when
actually
you're
have a serious question because I know he wants to take it down that road.
Go ahead, and then John, you can ask your
How
question.
many
Go.
times has Stuttering John called you since he's left this show? Seriously.
Since John left or since Jackie
John left
left?
this show.
Since John left this show.
And since Jackie left the show.
I'm not exactly sure what you mean.
I think he's asking.
Has John
His
called you?
family stayed with me last summer until the fleas chased him away. No, I see John. I see John in California, and he comes out here and comes by. Why?
For a while,
just asking.
Are you saying because for a while
you
Jackie
thought
wouldn't
there
see
was-
John until John got the job with the Tonight Show?
Bingo.
Oh.
Yeah, because he seems to do that. He seems to drop calling a lot of people, i.e. Robin, and stuff like that. I don't expect him to call me,
Jackie
nor do
and
I
I
want
never
him to.
had like a phone relationship.
But John? You and John?
No,
never
he's
did?
talking about John.
Oh, he's talking about
I
John.
know after Jackie
You have to
left,
follow Fred.
John
And
told
if
me
anybody did anything for John, it was Robin.
Jackie never called John after he left the show, and then
That's true.
he started calling him after John
But
got the job at
that's
Tonight Show.
also not true.
That is true.
Well, John used to complain that you wouldn't call him. That's what I know.
He was very upset with you.
No,
Please.
But you guys have patched things up.
I think the phone lines were too blustery, Jack.
All right. John, what's your question for Jackie the Joke Man Martling, who again is going to be hosting the Hippie Fest at the New Jersey Performing Arts Center in Newark and Friday at Ferraris in Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey.
Wow.
And go to jokeland.com. All right, John, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say, Jackie, I love your show. But I don't think I ever heard why you and your wife split. Did you ever talk about that?
Yeah, what happened
She
there?
had sex with a black man in 1974 on the lawn of.
No, why'd you leave your wife? What happened? Do you feel like?
I mean,
why'd you leave yours?
Wait a minute. Were
Well,
things
they're
on
asking. I've already gone into why. I
Yeah,
left
but
mine.
you know,
Let me
You
ask
haven't.
the
20 years
questions.
under the table. You know,
Was it break? You know, was there a problem in the marriage while the show was
on the
still-
honeymoon. Yeah,
On the honeymoon.
I always said
No.
Jackie would
We
get
had a great
divorce.
marriage.
Well,
but on
you
the
said
way-
he was going to be the first to get a divorce. You used to say that in the group.
Yeah,
and,
he would have been.
And then you used to
Did
say
I ever
if
tell you
got
that
a
that
divorce,
was the
he'd
only
be the first
clue
to follow.
The only clue that I ever had that there was anything happening with you is
Why?
that
When we had that envelope thing.
one time we were doing commercial and Gary just looked around and said, you know, I just read something that said 50% of people get divorced, and who do you think will be first out of all of us? And you said, I know who's going to be first.
Right.
Because I guess it had already started. And nobody knew, and
right.
but nobody picked up on that. But it kind of stayed in my head. And all of a sudden, one day, I was down in Atlantic City and said, you know,
I got a
Stern
divorce.
and wife to split, and I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah. It's weird.
It sucks, but you know we're still good pals. You know we're friends and we don't have sex. It's like we're married.
Right.
You know?
But what, you got bored with her? Is that it?
No, we
Did she
fought
get too
a lot.
old?
We fought. Oh yeah, you know
Yeah.
she's a girl. No, she looks like she did when I married her. I mean, she looks great.
Who's she with now? She hook up with anybody?
Yeah, with a guy like 100 years younger than me.
Oh, really? Oh, great.
I'm 10 years older than her, and she's 10 years older than him. And like I call him son. You know?
Right. Wow.
But a really nice guy.
I gotta say, getting back to the woman conversation though, me and Jackie were actually in an independent film together, and the premiere a few years ago, I remember Jackie was there with a beautiful chick.
Uh-huh.
Do you know who I mean, I don't know if you were dating her at the time.
Not to
but
pat myself in the back, but I remember who it was.
Oh, okay. Now she was really hot. She was younger.
Do you wish you had divorced her earlier while you were still with the show? Because
No.
you know there's so many more women available when you're with the
Yeah,
show.
and we had so much spare time. to
Well,
chase
come
women,
on, you know, you like the ladies. And
Oh yeah, no. We were doing well until I don't know last couple of years, but we were so busy that doing the show and then working on the weekends. Like the last thing I was going to do was go looking for a bachelor pad. And I had a few hours to myself.
All right,
So it wasn't like I left the show and we for
Was it
practical
because
purposes
you were
split
home
up.
all the time?
I didn't come in here. Yeah.
All right, let's go to Steven. Steven, go ahead for Jackie. You got a couple more minutes.
Hey
go ahead.
now.
Yeah, hey now.
Jackie, you still a real estate mogul up there with those piece of shit houses in New York?
Yeah, how many homes do you own?
You never
now?
heard of divorce?
How many homes do you have
Split
now?
them up.
Do you still have your apartment in the city?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you got that in the divorce?
I don't own that. I rent an apartment.
Oh, you rented an apartment.
And it's tiny.
Okay, and what about your
I have a house on the beach, and she got the other houses.
All the other homes she got.
houses. Wow, they're shacks. It's like she got Baltic Avenue and Mediterranean Avenue,
It's
and
like
I got
Monopoly.
North Carolina Avenue.
Oh, so you have the beach house. She has all the other homes. Holy cow.
She got the office. Jokeland she got?
Jokeland.
Jackie worked his ass off.
She
Got
got
up
the
early
recording studio?
many
No,
days.
it was totally out.
She got the performance space and everything?
Got it all.
What about your performance shack?
You know, I rent it.
The studio?
Apricot Studios.
It's like Nancy's head writer when it comes out.
She's great. Oh, and by the way, she sends her love.
Well, send her my love. I always
I
had,
told her I was doing
you
a show
do-
today. She said, tell him I saw.
I always had a fond spot for her.
I know. She always liked you guys.
Yeah, you say you're in business together, right?
You know what? Somebody said that you guys were rehashing about when me and you and Allison and Nancy went to Broadway one time.
That's
and you
right.
picked us up in the limo, and you still have the myth about that Nancy cornered Allison and said, what, are you crazy with him? What, are you nuts? And meanwhile, she said, wow, congratulations, you know, it's you put up with a lot or something. And we immediately left that conversation, and we spent the entire ride to the city arguing whether or not Fred was crazy. And you never would have, you kept saying, yeah, Nancy beat up Allison all the way to the city and back.
Nancy was a troublemaker.
Finally, one day I had to say that isn't what happened, because you were arguing that Fred wasn't normal, and we were arguing that he was. By the way, Fred.
I don't remember
Well,
that.
that's the
Fred.
second good news. That's the second good news bulletin I've gotten today.
Hey, I got to sit and work with him. What are you doing?
I know.
All right. I think, Fred, it's not true. I don't care what
You
he
say
says.
you guys are in business together. Where's the business?
I think the magic 8 ball has spoken, and that is.
You and Nancy, what is...
No, we're not in business
You're not in business together? I heard that you were still in business together.
Well, she sang on my record.
Oh, okay.
All right, okay, there you go. All right, listen, Jackie.
I didn't bring my CD because it ain't out yet.
Oh,
but I
I
want to
thought
come back. I want to come back with the. I'm playing with guys that
Come
are
back with your band. We
spectacular.
want to hear these fucking songs. Jackie the Joke Man, once again, you can see Jackie's band, Jackie's Music Hunt, March 21st at the Stress Factory in New Brunswick, New Jersey, and Jackie will be at the Patchogue Theater in Patchogue, Long Island, March 24th. And there's additional dates, all kinds of things with Hippie Fest and also Ferraras. And if you want any kind of information, you know where to go, jokeland.com. How'd I do, Jackie, with that
I'm
plug?
flabbergasted.
All right,
I could
there
sit
it
through
is.
it again.
Well, where are the jokes? You know, you used to keep every joke
That's what everybody asks.
that you wrote for the show. Where are they now?
Where are all the jokes you wrote?
They're all in the computer.
They're all there.
They're all hiding
cataloged.
in the computer.
All right.
But the original papers, do you still keep those? Or
Oh, what? Oh, the jokes from this show. Oh,
Yeah.
they're in my mother's attic somewhere.
Yeah.
There you go. Of course, your mother's gone, but the attic is still there.
But she's up to her ghost is guarding them.
All right. Jackie, thank you for stopping by. The fans love it. Even Artie loves it. Right, Artie?
This is great. Absolutely.
There you go. You see.
Do you want to hear my new joke?
Go ahead. New joke from Jackie. And by the
new
way,
joke?
Jackie will be doing
Where'd this
Jackie's
come
Joke
from?
Hunt all year on Sirius on Howard 101,
Yes.
7 o'clock tonight. Listen to Jackie.
7 o'clock tonight is the finger banging show. Me
All
and
right.
Ian Carr,
Okay.
who's just a delightful guy, and it repeats midnights on Wednesdays.
Well, let's hear your new joke.
So a woman says to her husband, I'm sure I can make you feel good and bad at the same time.
Okay.
And he says, go ahead and try. And she says, you have a much bigger dick than your brother.
That's good.
That'll do it.
There you go.
Leave him laughing.
Wow.
Is
the
Fred
people-
laughing out?
No.
I thought you said a new joke.
I want to just say I love you, Fred Morris.
In a way, like
And I have something to say too. I think Jackie came in for a fact-finding mission. He wanted to check on Artie to see if, like, Artie was like listing like a ship in the harbor, if the heroin has gotten to him. Or
You
if
know, the story of...
So
Do you
if
pray
Artie's,
for
if
Artie's
Artie's
death?
ready to
Yeah.
die,
Jackie, you know.
Jackie's ready to
When
hop
they
back
said
into
there was
that
a
chair.
suicide, I said, was it Artie? And they said, no, Jenny.
But is Jackie
Hey, give me a
calling
couple
Well,
of
he
days.
moved one up on the ladder on
Fred
comedy.
Morris for a reason?
Yeah, well, he called me Jackie Marlowe. So I called him Fred Morris.
Fred Morris.
All right, go ahead.
No, but I know he loves this stuff because I completely had forgotten. And they interviewed Stuttering John and me and Fred for the 20th anniversary issue of Penthouse. And somebody said to him, oh, that's so funny, that whole silly thing about that you're from outer space and where'd that come from? And he said it in the interview, and it reminded me. Do you remember? It's so funny. You were doing a story that Burt Reynolds, you know how everything comes from nothing.
Right.
Like that Baba Booey thing. It was nothing until
Right.
Gary said, you know.
Baba Booey.
Yeah.
Oh, Oh, that's Fred's commentary.
He thinks there's an outside chance that'll get me to stop.
No, nothing can stop you, Jackie. We've all learned that.
So you were doing
the only
a
thing
story.
we didn't stop
and
is when you walked out the door for the last time. That's the one thing we didn't
That's
stop.
the new head writer sitting there playing that
Congratulations, Mr. Morris.
There you go.
So you were doing a story in the news, and you said Burt Reynolds just started a dinner theater in Jupiter. And we're just sitting there because at the time, 20 years ago, now I know there's a Jupiter, Florida. But who knew? And he said, in Jupiter. And Fred says, yeah, that's in Florida. And all I said was, and Fred knows that because he himself is from Pluto. And we did. It stuck, and he's still pissed off.
Oh,
still mad at you. Is that true, Fred? Are you still angry about that?
No, but he got the story all wrong.
Did you ever see the picture of when we're in Los Angeles and you're the king and Robin is the queen and I'm the jester and Gary, we're all king, queen, jester, like the deck of cards. And Fred's dressed as a freaking alien. It's the funniest goddamn thing. It makes no sense. Do you know the time I'm talking
I know. When we dressed up in costumes.
It was so
Right. You're saying Fred was the only one not in character.
You know what this is like? You know what this is like for me? There's a drunk in the room, and he's telling a story, and it's making absolutely no sense, and it's only funny to that one drunk.
So much
and you're sitting there going, okay, I hope Uncle Jack goes home soon.
You know what? This is another thing. You just reminded me of another reason I'm fucking pissed off at you. I was in a monkey outfit, which was your idea for every fucking sketch we did.
No, a lot of times that was Fred's idea.
I can't let him sink on that one, the one he hated the most, which was the diver's helmet, was mine.
My parents used to get mad at me that we put Gary in a monkey outfit. They said that wasn't nice.
That's the diver's helmet was Fred. Oh, that was
absolutely. And Gary complained because it was like 80 pounds.
Well, somehow, no matter what the sketch was, Gary wound up in a gorilla outfit or a monkey hat.
Every time. And then the ultimate was, which even like people in my family was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Is you guys wrote a sketch for Bungo Fiesta where I ate a shitty diaper in monkey outfit.
You know what's funny, Gary? It's like this is the 20-year high school reunion, and the school bully just came back.
Yeah, and he sees nothing wrong.
Yeah. All right, Jackie, you've had your fun.
Thanks for letting me come in.
We love having you here anytime. You know you're welcome. And the great Jackie, the joke man.
Hold on, Ronnie, we should come in here and get me past Fred.
You think it'll be uncomfortable when we go to commercial?
No, I love him. He knows how much I love him.
Fred, will it be uncomfortable for you?
Not for me. He's going home.
Everyone else will be uncomfortable.
Have a nice trip.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Jackie.
I got to go hug Nora. Yeah, great.
Thanks, Jack. Anytime.
Jack, Fred, let me get a picture.
You got to come in with your band.
Now, see, Benji, I don't hug you like that.
Well, he knows Fred.
There you go.
He's give Benji a hug.
Get a picture.
Get Benji. Somebody take some pictures. Come on, Benji, get in the picture.
Well, thanks, Jackie. You're taking a piss. I'll see you.
All right. Look at this. This is
Go on. Get in the picture then.
how much I owe you, Benji. Come here, Arthur. Let me hug Arthur.
No, that's he's going and doing his thing.
So much fun.
Good luck with everything, man.
Take care of yourself. Don't fuck up.
Jackie, how'd it go in there?
I don't know, man.
I mean,
it was great.
Well, I mean,
so much fun.
What was it, Fred? He kind of.
That's always Fred and me. That's always.
You don't
Fred.
take it personally, or?
Oh, please! I love Fred.
And then
Fred is one of the funniest, if not the funniest, and most talented guys that I've ever been in the same room with. I brag about him to this day. How I'll be talking about something, and before I get to the end of my sentence, he'll have made a joke and incorporated what I'm talking about before I get to the end of what I'm talking about. And I'm not exaggerating. He's brilliant. And working with him was like, writing a song with Lennon and McCartney.
I don't dislike Jackie. I know that sounds like a boring thing to say. I don't dislike Jackie. I may disagree with some of the things that he says or does. I may not see things the way that he does, but, and he calls me crazy. I will just say one thing, and this will be for the audience to decide. Jackie walked off the hottest show in radio. Now who's crazy?
What about Benji? He thinks he hate you.
No, he's crazy. He's just, he's just going for outrage. I think, I don't dislike him. I don't bother. Going for outrage.
It was a plan. I was going for outrage. It didn't work.
Not a plan, but No problem with the boy. No problem with the
So
boy.
you guys are good, no bad
No,
blood?
I don't like him, but I don't have to like him.
Benji, do you like him?
You don't have to like
At times I spent with him, yeah. I thought he was, times he was a friend, at times he was mean.
I've never been mean to. Who have I ever been mean to besides Scott?
Me. Me. You asshole.
Oh.
Friday.
But it was great fun. Oh God. And that's what I miss is just sitting there and laughing and laughing and laughing. And even when they're breaking my balls, it's funny. It's funny.
All right, man. So you have a last joke for us?
A
One for the
last
road?
joke.
You guys can go.
That was great. I don't even know. So a guy. Oh, I got one. So a woman goes into the drugstore and she says to the druggist, "I need to buy some cyanide to kill my husband." And druggist says, "I can't sell you cyanide to kill your husband. I'll go to jail, you'll go to jail, you're crazy." So she reaches in her purse and hands the druggist a picture of her husband fucking the druggist's wife. And the druggist says, "Oh, I didn't know you had a prescription." Come on, you don't even understand that? What the fuck is...
I'm going to play a couple of things that have been happening, including Sal's weird pronunciations. You know the word villa?
Yeah.
I have a villa in France, perhaps you'd say. He calls it a villa.
I hate to say this.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
But
in Italian.
Get out of here. You're in America, asshole. First of all, I'll tell you what. You're not from Italy. You didn't grow up in Italy. You've never been in Italy.
Right. I've been to Italy.
Yeah, okay. Here's Sal from the wrap-up show yesterday. Listen to this guy.
Women love men who are successful. So you have to play the success card. You have to paint the big picture. 90% of the time, a woman is not going to be attracted to the average guy right off the bat. But if you give her a reason, like you have a mansion, like you have a place in the Hamptons, like you have a villa in Italy, stuff that most likely she won't see.
What do you have in Italy?
I have a villa in Italy.
A villa. You've heard of a villa.
That's the best. I have a villa.
When Gary said, "What do you have in Italy?" I thought he was saying, like, you're really exaggerating. You
I've never seen a guy, because you seem like a bright guy to me. Honestly, you do.
I am. I think I'm a bright guy, but in
Yeah.
Italy, they say villa. They say "Bene sta villa."
Forget Sal being an idiot with the word villa.
Okay.
Listen to this. This is from the wrap-up show. Don't get caught up in what the content is. Just
Okay,
listen to
just
this
listen
word.
to the
Listen to it.
pronunciation.
Do you know what that? Do you remember what that whole Jim Jones thing was about?
Yeah. He had an occult. He gave all these people Kool-Aid and they dropped dead.
Wait, he had what?
He had this occult. I think it's called an occult.
Right.
So in Italy, they say occult?
They say, where did you get that one from?
Yeah. How'd you learn how to say that wrong?
Well, a cult. I heard then it was cult, not a cult, but an occult is, I think it's a combination. It's like satanic groups. They're occults. But I thought it's the same thing. It's as long as it's a group
Sal,
of weird
do you
people.
ever read? Do you ever like take an interest in
Consult
anything?
the dictionary.
No.
Sal, when
Too
people
busy.
are saying occult, they're not saying occult. They're saying a, and then a word C-U-L-T, cult.
A cult.
And then there is the occult.
The occult or occult is, holy cow! I can't
When I
believe
see
I'm-
occult, O-C-C-U-L-T, whatever it is, and you hear people saying occult, I'm always thinking it's occult.
No,
I never distinguish the difference between a cult and a cult. When you
Holy cow! Where did you grow up, man? And don't give me this bullshit.
I grew
you
up
say
in Holbrook.
villa because you were in Italy.
Yeah, because when you're in Italy, they're
Okay.
like, come to my villa.
You know, he says that like from Transylvania. I want you to come to my villa. Mark, you're on the air.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey, can you put JD in control of the programming on Howard 101? I don't know who the fuck is doing it, but is doing a horrible fucking job.
Tim's the program director.
Tim, can we have him in for a little sit down and see what the fuck he's thinking about the programming?
What don't you?
Well, I mean, you interrupt the fucking programming with this Abe and Louie, whatever the fuck his name is, and then he decides, or you decide to pull off Big Black Show. I mean,
We didn't pull off Big Black Show. Those guys won't come on because
They're
they
on
didn't
strike.
they didn't get paid for some reason. Sirius has people on a 60-day plan for paying them. I'm on the 60-year plan. We found out, but whatever.
all right. I mean,
Tim, you want to come in and defend who? Abe was on last night.
Well, you know, a lot of people said to us on 101, can you put on some live shows? So we put on Big Black. Well, they'll be back, those guys, as soon as they get paid.
By the way, though, if they stop working, does the 60-day cycle stop at a certain point?
I don't. You're asking the wrong guy.
Because they might have to go through this again.
Hey, Timmy.
Good morning.
What do you say, man?
Black on Black is on tonight at 8 o'clock for 2 hours.
There you go. You see, you were bitching about Tim, and now it's that.
Here we go.
Go ahead. What else?
And then on the Abe Cannon show is somebody we're just trying to develop new talent and look for new things out there. And
Abe's pretty funny.
Yeah, so we're trying stuff.
Especially that guy that they got on there with the deep voice, right, Tim? What's his name?
Bass.
What Bass?
Bass.
I like him.
I don't know. I listened to the show. It sounded like a retarded version of The View.
Well.
I mean, what can I tell you?
All right, so then you tune over to 100 and listen to our replay.
Exactly. Right, I mean, what about Sal and Richard? They got enough material to fill a fucking time slot.
You want to hear Sal and Richard? We'll give them a show.
Please.
All right. I guarantee there'll be complaints about that. Right? You give Sal and Richard
whatever
a show?
you do. Whatever
you do, someone's going to complain about it. Hey, by the way,
yes, sir.
You got to learn how to spell, bro.
What did I spell?
What is the word? First of all, a couple of things.
Well,
you
first of all, let me tell you.
No. This is
okay.
you.
Here, hold on a second. Here,
listen to me.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, you got to get it together. When there's a word you don't know, don't put it in an email. You understand?
Okay, which word was
Sometimes
it?
you got to choose another word.
He goes, in the past, PASSED.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Oh.
Now listen.
No, because spell check.
No,
Seriously.
that is.
No,
PAST is a word.
I know.
It's not spell check.
But literally, I'm going to show you something.
Past and past are two words that are.
I know, but when you're typing on an iPhone and you're typing away, and it's like my spell check.
Right, sure. Okay, listen to me. And
spell check won't catch that because past is spelled correctly.
And how do you spell whirlwind?
Whirlwind?
Yeah, go ahead, spell it.
WORLDWIND.
Okay.
No.
Now listen to me.
Whirlwind. Oh, I'm sorry.
What?
Huh? Go, what?
Yeah, okay. You listen. Don't use the word whirlwind.
Okay. What did I use that?
Put whirlwind in anyway.
He does.
Oh.
Listen
Why
to
are
me.
you
Okay, I'm listening.
You're a bright guy. You're one of the best programmers I know.
Thank you.
But some words, when I don't know a word, I don't put it in a written
My
note.
head goes too fast.
Whirlwind.
Whirlwind.
World. WHIRL.
WHIRL.
World.
Right.
It's not
okay.
world.
Whirl. I know. Okay. Whirl
No,
round.
you don't.
Yes,
World and whirl are two different words.
Got it. Sorry. Yes, sir. Okay, I'm going to go
worried
back.
about. No, don't you go anywhere.
Okay. I'm going back to my thesaurus and my dictionary.
Listen, Tim is not alone. There's a lot of people out there, myself included.
I know, and spell check also.
No, that is not spell check.
Well, no.
That has nothing to do with spell check.
I want to show you an example.
I know when it's spell check. I know all about that.
Okay.
Come back here. Where are you going?
No, I gotta go.
I'm not done with you.
I got things
What am I going to do? Get over here.
I got things to do.
Come here.
Where's he doing?
You better run out and study spelling.
He always carries on with that spell check. Spell check is not going to catch a word that's spelled correctly.
I love Tim.
Actually, I'm very upset today. Did you hear about Clarence Clemens?
He had a stroke. I love Clarence. Too bad. Yeah, good dude. Really, every time he came in here, it was great. But, and when he would fawn over you, it was the greatest because you'd be, oh, thank you. You know when a chick's not into you and you're like, I want you to call me when you're in the tub. And you're like, thank you. You're face of an angel. Thank you very much. You know. I love to cook. Oh, we'll have to make that happen in the year 2057. Poor guy never even got to cook for you. Robin's probably tearing off in her car. He almost ran out of the room. But, he had been in failing health for a while.
Yeah, he's been having some trouble. They were saying last year, I guess it was, that would be his last year touring with the E Street Band. He used to sit most of the concert on stage. He had 2 hip replacements and all kinds of things were going on.
So they said he had a stroke, and I don't know what that means, but stroke,
what do you mean I don't know what that means?
I mean, I don't know if it was mild or very, very intense stroke. You know, there's all varying degrees.
Well, they said he was seriously ill.
No, you know, that sounds like in a coma kind of thing, right? I mean, I don't know.
Just says that it had a big effect.
Oh.
And we don't know what the long term of it is at this point.
Guy. Robin's so cold that She would just be like, now you're a vegetable. I love vegetables. All right, I'll marry you. Poor Clarence. That sucks. You know, getting old and like something like that happening just blows. You know why? Because now he's at the mercy of like everyone, like the hospital. And it's just,
yeah, your life is turned over and put in the hands of
everyone.
Other people.
I hope he's okay. I once saw a movie, a guy had a stroke. All he could do is blink one eye. Everything else, he was fucking frozen. And he wrote a whole book blinking his eye. You see this movie?
You told me about that
Holy
movie. I said,
mackerel.
why would I want to go see that?
You know what? If you feel like hanging yourself and you're just not depressed enough, just watch this movie.
I don't know why people watch depressing things
This
like
movie,
that.
this guy had a great life. He's hanging out. He's got a girlfriend. He's got a sports car. He's got everything going for him. He's got a young kid, blah, blah, blah. Driving along. Oh, I don't feel so good. Boom. Next thing you know, he's in the hospital. All he can do is blink one eye. Everything else is completely shut down.
Yeah.
He can think complete thoughts. His mind is intact.
Mind is racing along.
Yeah, but all he can do is blink one eye. And he's all freaked out and everything, and he can't talk, he can't do anything. Can't tell anybody anything. If he's got an itch, he can't even scratch it.
I know.
So he starts blinking, and they say to him, okay, blink once for letter A, blink twice for the letter B, and so on and so forth. Z, of course, is
Oh my
26
God, 26 blinks.
Yeah.
Forget it.
This guy, so he decides to write a book. By the way, the book had I don't think it had any Z's in it. As far as I can remember. The word zebra didn't appear.
Yeah, he just stuck with the first 7 letters.
He changed it to striped horse. But this guy starts blinking. And can now imagine the tedious. Like, okay, the first word. And. Or the. Here we go. Here's T.
T already is way up there.
All right, let's go now. H. E.
Oh, thank God for E.
Wait a second. I think I made a mistake. How do I take that back? Where's my spell check? Can you imagine this guy? He's blinking away, and it gives him purpose,
Well, what else is he going to do? He's laying there all day. Might as well blink. Blink a book.
I think if he smacks his head into the wall, it means go back and delete a letter. I mean, I said, I don't even know how he's doing this. And this woman, these even with the blinking, he spelled better than Tim. We have a couple of notorious bad spellers. Who else is a bad speller around here, Gary?
Well, Sal's pretty bad.
Sal's the worst.
Yeah.
Tim could beat him in a spelling bee.
And Steve Brandano could...
oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Where did Steve go to college?
UMass Amherst.
Yeah, that's got to be an easy school then.
Sal says he's smarter than Tim.
Nah, Tim can beat you.
No way.
Sal, you're the worst speller I've ever seen.
Not a chance in hell, buddy.
Yeah?
Why do you always say you're smart?
Because I am.
Oh, you always run into trouble with that.
Trouble. Trouble.
Nice.
NICE.
Oh, wow.
Forensic.
Robin. SHUTUP.
Forensic.
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 I think that might be right.
It is.
Whenever Tim's ready, I'll do it.
Whirlwind.
WORLD. Whirlwind. WHIRLWIND.
He just heard you do that.
Yeah.
No.
I think it's whirlwind.
No, it's with a D.
Whirlwind.
It's wind with a D.
Yeah,
A wind
whirlwind.
whirls.
I don't know, but I would avoid that in an email. Like, I know I'm not clear on that one. I know whirl, WHIRL, but I wasn't sure if it's win or win. So, you know what I do? I go, fast, F-A-S-T. I know that word. You read my books, there's no big words in them. Because what the hell? Where am I going to come up with a big word?
Why bother?
Why bother? I have a very limited vocabulary, and I stick to it. That's it. Why would I try words I don't know, especially in email? All right, we'll have a spelling bee between Sal, Steve Brandano, and Tim. Winner gets to keep his job. Sal, rendezvous. He's probably not there. Rendezvous would throw him right over the edge. That's a hard word.
Here he comes. Come on, Sal.
If he gets
Sal's
this,
gonna spell rendezvous.
if he gets rendezvous, then he doesn't even have to be in the spelling
go,
bee.
Sal.
Rendezvous.
RENDEVOUS.
Why are you shaking?
Because I want to get this right.
Sal's actually, Howard, he's shaking.
No, I'm all right.
He's shaking because he's in a bad marriage.
You didn't even get
Marriage, C-U-N-T.
Oh, wow.
Oh, boy.
Only kidding.
Yeah, no, you're not.
Marriage, I'm F-U-C-K-E-D.
All right.
Would you be shocked to find out there's a Z in rendezvous?
I put a Z in there.
No, you didn't.
No, you put an S.
Yeah, RENDEVOUZE.
No. All right, here's an easy one. Scissors.
SCISSORS.
Very good.
Thank you, pal.
Rhythm.
Rhythm, R-Y. Rhythm. R-H-Y-T-H-M. Wait, rhythm. R-H-Y-T-H-M. R-H-Y-T-H-M.
All right.
Final answer.
All right.
That's wrong.
No, it isn't.
No, he had it right.
Isn't there an N at the end of rhythm?
No.
No.
You ready for this, jackass?
R-H-Y-T-H-M. Where's an N? Rhythm and... Fucking... Gary, you're going in the spelling bee, not Sal. No, look. Gary's looking for a computer that will somehow find an N at the end of rhythm.
It doesn't exist.
Gary, what are you thinking? Rhythm with an N.
I could swear we had a music teacher who used to make us learn how to spell it. I could swear there was a rhythm.
That's why he's the music teacher, not the English teacher.
Idiot, G-A-R-Y.
Loser, S-A-L.
Did Sal ever spell rendezvous right?
Yes.
No, he put an E. He put an E after the Z. All right. What about you got the word judgment?
Judgment's easy. J-U-D-G-E. Oh, wait. J-U-D-G-E-M-E-N-T.
Nice.
A lot of people don't put the E in.
Bureau? That you can't get.
Bureau, B-U-R-E-A-U.
Awesome.
I think he got judgment wrong.
No, J-U-D-G.
G-E-M-E-N-T.
I'm going to double check with the dictionary. I went to a misspelled words place, and they leave the E out.
Yeah, it's J-U-D-G-M-E-N-T.
There's no E?
Judge. I think you leave the E out.
You know what?
It goes either
It's both
way.
ways, yeah.
goes either way.
I spell it with an E.
I spell it with an E.
Yeah. All right, Sal. No spelling bee for you.
Get out of here.
Oh, they're arguing with each other. Hey, Sal. Give you one last one. He's got to fight. We got to get one funny one out of him. Kernel, but like the kernel of corn.
K-E-R-N-E-L. Well,
right.
Colonel is, as in Colonel Sanders is with a C, right? It
Yeah.
looks like clonal if you pronounce it.
Go ahead, let me hear you spell it.
C-O-L-O-N-E-L.
All right, an extra O, but pretty close.
Yeah.
Close enough.
There you go.
I think he spelled colonel. I think. I'm not sure what he spelled.
You held your own before with that little spelling throwdown, if you will.
Absolutely.
Are you tired of being mislabeled as the dumb guy, as the fall guy for all the, history knowledge and spelling and grammar and things like that?
Look, I don't know much about geography. Just didn't care for it. I'm not a pilot. I was making pizza as a kid. That's all I cared about. And as far as history is concerned, it's in the past. I don't remember the last shit I took. And that's how I look at that. But it doesn't mean that I am not intelligent. I'm able to spell. I could spell things. As a matter of fact, I spelled so well that I even beat him.
What do you mean?
Well, when I spelled the rhythm, Gary thought there was an N in it. Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, that is stupid. That right there is stupid. An N in rhythm? R-N-T-N-H-Y-N. Rhythm. You know why I think it's rhythm? Because the way his tongue rolls over his teeth, he hears an N. It's rhythm, boy. Rhythm. So.
But oftentimes that's Gary's failsafe, is that when you're ripping on him for maybe some incompetency that's happened during the process of the show, he always goes to your brain power, your IQ, your alleged stupidity.
And he has a 122, and I had whatever I had. It was decent, I'm sure. But I even beat him in the spelling. Twice, as a matter of fact. There was another word too. No, you got it wrong, but I got it right. So yeah, I'm pretty good with my spelling. I'm pretty confident about that.
Does it fire you up a little bit when you're the constant fall guy for these types of games? And
No, yeah, I mean, who wants to be reminded? Oh, you know what? Here's a situation where we need a retard. Call Sal. That doesn't really fire me up, but it was a good opportunity for me to prove that I can indeed spell. I can do a lot of things that you don't know about, things that you'll be hearing about. I could change the world, my friend.
I believe you.
One letter at a time.
You just got to get in that rhythm.
RMTYTHN. Rhythm ball.
How's it going? I'm J.J. Abrams, co-creator of Lost, director of Mission Impossible 3. Jew, let's be honest. I'm very excited to be on Howard today. What more is there to say?
You're a big fan of his, you mentioned.
I begged to be on the show.
Really?
I'm a huge fan of Howard.
Because Howard's a really big fan of your show. You talk about that all the time.
That's very nice. No, I got serious because, like everyone, because of Howard. Because why would you get it beforehand? I'm kidding.
I don't know. Have fun in there, JJ.
Thanks very much.
J.J. Abrams is here. He's the guy who created Lost. He started out. He's done a million TV shows.
Alias, right?
I love Alias. Yeah.
There's the guy. I met him when he was just doing Felicity, when he was a nobody. When nobody wanted to talk to him, I met him. Hey.
All right, man. Good to see you.
Hey, JJ. How you doing, man?
I got this. I'm sorry.
How you doing, brother? Haven't seen you since California. How many years ago?
Hey, JJ. How you doing, man?
How many years ago?
7 years ago?
7 years ago?
Something crazy.
See, I was still married back then.
But you couldn't have been.
Hey, Rob.
I was.
How are you?
I was married.
Because I don't remember you ever traveling with the girls when you...
Yeah, no, you
No, I did. I came with my 2 daughters.
That was fun.
We had a blast. We had a great time.
Remember, we were in the makeup trailer. I remember just hanging out talking, and I'd never felt, more nervous.
Really?
Oh, my God.
What happened was I was a big fan of Felicity, and that was a show that you wrote and directed, I guess?
I directed episodes, but I wrote the pilot. Yeah.
And I was struck by how young you were. Like, I didn't know. Like, I figure everyone in Hollywood who's made it is like an old dude.
Right.
But you were like this young kid,
They all look like Norman Lear, you think?
Yeah. Like Norman Lear gets to be successful.
And Aaron Spelling.
Fishing hat on.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like, so I meet this guy.
Fishing hat.
I meet JJ, and he was so damn nice because he said to me, hey, do you want your kids to be in Felicity? And I was with Emily and Deborah, my 2 older daughters. And I said, I don't know. Let me go ask him. I go, you guys want to be in Felicity? They're like, yeah.
They were great. And they came on. They sat in the thing. They got made up. We were in the makeup trailer.
Yeah.
They were making them up. They were fantastic.
They had a great time. And I was like, I was such a hero to my kids.
Of course.
Oh, please.
Got them on TV.
Yeah, I was like, wow, you're in an episode of Felicity. Because of me. Your father.
All right, Dad. Cool your jets.
And then Betty Thomas picked him up in a car and took him to the set of Charlie's Angels, the first one. So I was like,
damn.
I was the cool dad.
They were having a good week.
Yeah, suddenly Felicity wasn't so cool anymore.
Yeah, well, whatever. It was cool. It was just a whole cool Hollywood experience, and JJ made that happen.
Please.
How old are you?
39.
You're
39.
And when you
look a lot younger.
Oh, God bless you.
When you were doing Felicity, how old were you?
Like 32.
And how do you get like was that your first big job in television?
In TV, yeah. It was. I had written some movies, and
did you go to school for this stuff?
No, I went to college. I went to Sarah Lawrence.
Sarah
Lawrence, is that a women's college?
It was. It was. It was.
Smart.
What were you doing there?
I dressed up.
Getting laid.
Because JJ, you have no idea. Like, we'll take JJ. What's her name, JJ?
Sarah Lawrence used to be an all-girls school, and then they started admitting guys?
Yes, but, everyone always says, when did they start? It was like 67.
Were you one of the first guys?
It's still very
You were not one of the first guys to go to Sarah Lawrence?
No, but, the ratio is still like 73 women to every guy.
When I was coming out of high school, there didn't look like there was much hope for Howard Stern. And my mom took me to a guidance counselor, and they found some school that was an all-women's school, and it was the first year they were going co-ed. And shithead that I am, I didn't sit there and plot the thing out. I should have gone.
Yeah.
I mean, getting laid opportunity. I mean, imagine an all-girls school. It would have been like 20 guys and thousands of women.
It would have been like camp again for you.
It would have been like that movie where those dudes land on a planet of all women and Jar Jar Gabor leads them.
Right.
I mean, that would have been a very cool scene for a young Howard Stern.
And by the way, I mean, you're basically telling my story. Because, I mean, it was like, you go there, and a lot of the guys who were there, not necessarily straight guys.
Right.
So the ratio is, it's ridiculous. But the truth is, it was a great school. And
is that where you met your wife?
No, I actually met her in New York years later. But it was either go to go to film school.
Right.
Or go to Sarah Lawrence. So I'm really happy I didn't go to film school.
Yeah, right. You went to Sarah Lawrence. And what was your major?
There's no major at Sarah Lawrence. You literally, there like no grades and there's no major. It's a very liberal
Were you the
arts
kind of
club.
guy that used to make films when you were a little kid, like Steven Spielberg's story?
Yeah, look at me.
No, seriously, did
Yes.
you? How would you do that? What would you do? You'd shoot film?
My parents had a little Super 8, like GAF Super 8 camera, a little box camera, and I would make. I'd have my sister stand there, and then I'd stop the film, have her move, and then start so like she'd disappear when you project it. Like I would do this like stupid special effects. I'd make little animated movies.
Just
all the same stuff.
So people know we're not talking to some asshole about making movies. We're talking about a guy who not only is responsible for Felicity, he's responsible for Alias. You're the director of the new Mission Impossible movie, Mission Impossible 3. We'll talk about that. You also did Lost. You co-created Lost. And I'm trying to think what else. What other shows?
And I'm an asshole. So all those things.
No. But I mean, you've really done some big things. And what else did you do? There was some other show I'm thinking of that you're involved. You wrote Armageddon. And what else did you write?
One of 18 writers.
Okay, but still you run it.
Huge room of writers.
right.
What else did I don't know. I wrote Regarding Henry.
Regarding Henry with
Harrison Ford.
I like that movie a lot. Robin,
thanks.
you don't like that movie. I love that movie.
That was not one of my favorites.
That's totally okay.
I like that movie. It was very touching.
Actually, it was in the Howard Stern Film Festival. Someone did a version of that with Henry Hill.
Well, that's not Regarding Henry.
That wasn't Regarding Henry.
That was really Goodfellas.
Right. So wait a second. So you're at Sarah Lawrence. You go to an all-girls school. You say to your parents, you say to your friends, one day I'm going to be a great filmmaker, or it just doesn't even occur to you at that point?
I always knew I wanted to do it. When I was a little kid, I always knew that was what I was, what I hoped to do. But I remember I was going to college, and I don't know if you ever felt this when you were, younger, like you knew that you were younger. Like you felt like I felt like this is going to go away. Like I was aware how quick it was all going to go, quickly it was going to go by. So I sort of. I kind of tried to enjoy myself when I was there, but I was always writing stuff. I'd always go back into my room and write stuff down. I wrote 9 really horrible screenplays when I was in college.
Now, what do you mean? You would, as a kid, you would sit and fantasize about being a director or a writer?
Well, I always knew I wanted to direct, and I knew that I wasn't going to film school, and I had no desire to. A good friend of mine was going to film school, and it sounded pretty miserable. So I
Why did it sound miserable? A guy who wants to be a director, you go to film school and you learn.
Yeah, but what happens is you go there, and what you learn pretty quickly is a lot of the stuff that the technical stuff you can learn pretty quickly. And this is, look, I don't mean to knock all film schools, but the truth is, my father gave me great advice before I went to college, which is go learn what to make movies about, not how to make them.
Right.
And the truth is, you can pretty quickly learn the technical stuff you need. In terms of what the content is, I got to go to Paris for my junior year. It was heaven. It was like the greatest
And
time.
Felicity must have come out of that Sarah Lawrence experience.
And Regarding Henry as well. I never would have written your favorite movie, Regarding Henry. You're like, I wish you hadn't gone to Sarah Lawrence.
Maybe you shouldn't have gone.
But your dad was a big television producer, right?
He produced TV movies.
So it's sort of, you're around it as a kid, so you start to understand it, and you see that there's a possibility that you could do it.
Yeah, I was when I was 8 years old, my dad used to sell commercial time for CBS, which is a whole other thing we could talk about. And we moved to Los Angeles when I was 5, and so my grandfather came out and visited, and he took me to Universal Studios, which at the time was like a real backstage tour. It wasn't an amusement park. And I remember seeing, at the time, the big attraction was walking through Lucille Ball's dressing room. There was no collapsing bridge or anything. So I was like, this is cool. They showed special effects, like hanging planes upside down on strings and filming it upside down so you wouldn't see the strings on top and all that kind of crap. And I thought, this is the coolest thing I'd ever seen in my life.
Right.
About a year later, my father became a co-producer of a TV movie, and he started.
What is the TV movie? Do you remember?
The first one he did. Yeah. He did it was like the Life of James Dean or something.
Did he do any big ones?
He did a bunch of sort of big miniseries type things. But my favorite ones he did were ones you'd never remember. One was called Red Alert. He did these he did 2 or 3 kind of fringe sci-fi ones. Most of them were like Gold in My Ear, biopic, or
I remember that one.
He's done some.
I do.
He's done some good ones though.
I think they got a man to play Gold in My Ear.
Is that the one with Ingrid Bergman playing her in one of them?
Yeah.
But he's done literally hundreds of these things.
She's still alive?
I don't know.
No, your father.
No, your father.
No, your father.
No, I'm saying I don't know. No, he is. Yeah.
He is. He's still alive. But is he proud? He must be pleased as hell with you, or maybe very jealous.
he's like he's so proud it's embarrassing. I mean, it's like it's the kind of thing where this is the thing. So I work at Disney for years, and I never get to talk to Michael Eisner, and I always think
Michael Eisner was the head of Disney.
Big guy, yeah,
Right.
and I think, God, one day, because I'd done Felicity there, I'd done Alias there. This is just before this is before Lost.
You're making the guy money.
Well, I would like to. How's it going? I'd like to, actually see this guy and say hi, and I'd see him at like the upfronts or like some big event. I'd see him and I'd wave, and he'd wave like and he wouldn't.
Right.
So I think,
no acknowledgement that he even knows.
He could give a shit about you.
Right. So one night I'm sitting there and I'm giving our kids a bath, and I'm in, and I hear the phone ring, and Katie, my wife, she says, hey JJ, it's Michael Eisner on the phone.
Right.
And I'm like, holy shit, it's Michael Eisner. So, of course, I just bolt out of the bathroom, and the kids are like, what the? And I run to the phone, and I get on the phone. I'm like, hello? And he's like, JJ? And it's like, I'm like, yes, sir, Mr. Eisner. And he's like, how's it going? I'm like, it's going well. I think this is finally this, like, moment of acknowledgement that, I'd worked for them and done a decent job. And he goes, so I ran into your father. He says, I never call you. I should call you.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God.
My dad literally, at like the market, ran into Eisner's like, you should call my son. So
Meanwhile,
anyway,
you're bathing your kid. Michael Eisner's on the phone. You drop the kid in the tub. The kid drowns.
Exactly.
You forget all about the kid.
It was a bad story.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so my dad's very proud, and
Well, think of it this way. You've had vindication. Michael Eisner's now hosting a bad cable television show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's good. He called me to be on that show, Michael Eisner.
I'm sure he would call he needs help.
Well, I got a call from Michael Eisner. But I
it.
got a call from Michael Eisner, and I went, wait a second. It says, Michael Eisner's office called you, and he wants to speak to you. And I'm going, this guy must be involved in something big. He wants to speak to me
This
about
is it.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this is
We're
it.
going into business together.
The guy left Disney. It didn't work out. He's going to start his own thing. He
wants to
needs
run
me.
my studio.
Yeah, like he wants to get involved with me in business. I called him up. He goes, would you like to be in my cable show? And I went, I'll get back to you on that.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm not doing that.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it. Is it bad?
I haven't seen it.
The reviews have been terrible.
I saw him interview Martha Stewart, and it was just two people congratulating themselves, like going, "You're Type A, right? Yeah, I'm Type A.
Yeah, you're Type A. I'm Type A
You're Type
too.
A. I'm Type A.
I'm so glad I tuned in.
So move on to your story, because I'm just curious. What was the first big show? Was it Felicity?
In TV, it was Felicity.
And how do you get that? Like, here you are, some guy. You're doing what? TV commercials?
I'd written a few movies.
Okay.
What movies had you written?
I did Regarding Henry, Forever Young. You're gonna love these movies.
But you sold.
I know you already.
Young.
You got out of. Wait a second. You got out of college. You got out of college, and you said.
Gary likes Forever Young. Sorry.
You got out of college and you decided to write movies.
Yeah.
And you go home and you start writing. And, you put yourself on a schedule and you start writing.
This is what happened. It was Christmas. I'm going to bore the hell out of you. I'm just telling you. So
That's okay. People want to know how to make it in this industry.
All right, well,
we just had the Howard Stern Film Festival, and people are trying to figure this out.
This is what happened. It was Christmas break of my senior year of college, and I was back in Los Angeles, wandering around. Are you guys bored yet?
Yes.
No, go on.
Rob was like,
And now, stop.
so I'm back in LA, and I literally am thinking, what the hell am I going to do? I'm about to graduate college. I have no sense of what the next year is going to look like, and I'm at the mall, like doing like Christmas shopping. And I'm thinking, this is a disaster. And I'm going down the escalator, and going up the escalator is this girl who I knew, Jill Mazursky, whose father's Paul Mazursky.
Right.
And I hadn't seen her in a year or so, and I said, hey. And she had an agent, and she had sold some scripts, and she was like doing what I wanted to do.
Right. Did you have an indication that you might be really good at this, that you were brilliant?
Oh, please. You can't.
Seriously,
no.
I mean,
No,
come
I'd written like 9 screenplays in college that were all pretty bad.
Okay.
All of them.
The feedback you got was, hey, this is not good.
I would show some like friends, and they'd be like, yeah. So
how would you know how to write a screenplay, though? Since you didn't go to film school, like, how do you know how to
honestly,
do it?
if you buy a screenplay, because you can buy them,
right.
and you read and you see sort of how they're structured. There are books. They're like diet books. There are a million books on how to write.
Right.
There are even more now. I actually like those kind of books because they make me feel like, oh yeah, I can like you're getting like a coach,
So you're saying you did a lot of it by instinct?
Well, a lot of it was instinct, and a lot of it was reading other scripts and seeing what it looks like.
It was self-teaching.
Yeah,
right.
but it was like that's not hard.
And there are a million assholes who write scripts all the time, and they're horrible at it. So you never really know.
But anyone who actually can finish a screenplay, you're in like the top 10%. Everyone says I'm going to write a screenplay, and no one finishes it.
It's hard to think stuff through.
It is, but a lot of what it is if you figure out in a general sense? Is there a character that you care about, that you connect to, that you just feel that's someone I want to watch? And if you figure out a beginning, middle, and end, not everybody can do it, but it's not remotely as hard as you might think.
I'm jumping ahead here, but with the TV show Lost,
yeah.
Do you really have a game plan? I mean, everyone's probably
Are you still involved with that?
Yeah, this year I get far too much credit for what the show is. This season I was off doing this movie. The guy I created the show with, Damon Lindelof, has been running it with Carlton Hughes, another writer. So I haven't been there this year.
But when you created it and you sat down, you said, I want to do a story about some people on an island who get marooned there and there's weird shit happening. Did you have a fully realized story, a beginning, middle, and end, or is this just going by the seat of your pants?
What happened on this is Lloyd Braun called me.
Right, I know.
And he said, listen, I have this idea.
Right.
People who survive a plane crash. And I'm thinking, how's that a show? All right. And he said, you don't understand. I have 1 week. We have to get this show going. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? So I think about it like that day. He's like, call me before the end of the day. So I call him. I'm like, look, I have an idea for what this thing could be. It's going to be too weird for you. And I pitch out sort of what I was thinking. He goes, I love that. Good. He's like, do that. We need an outline by Friday.
Yeah, Lloyd is the guy I keep talking about. He was at ABC.
He was running ABC at the time.
He's the guy who signed me to become their Barbara Walters, in essence. I'd never had time to do the show. But this guy used to be my lawyer. He was brilliant. They tapped him to be the head of ABC, put about 5 shows or 6 shows into production. Now ABC's having huge ratings off of all these shows. Desperate Housewives was his, Lost. And they fired the guy before the shows got on, and they got none of the credit.
Well, it happened while we were filming the pilot. So what happens is I meet with this guy. That's a Friday. On a Monday, Damon Lindelof, who I'd never met before, a writer I kept hearing a lot of great things about, he comes in. We hit it off immediately. We start writing this outline with some help from the other some of the
Who hooked you up with this guy, Damon? Lloyd?
No, Damon's someone who I'd heard of. There was a woman, Heather Caden, at ABC, who kept talking about this guy, Damon. He's a genius, And I'm thinking, on a Friday, if on Monday I have to find someone to do this, I wasn't planning on writing it at all.
Right.
So Damon comes in. We hit it off immediately. He has like an old, like a vintage Star Wars shirt. He's like... He was just, he was like, it was the same level of geekdom. Like, he came in, I'm like, I love him. I love him. So
My brother.
It's like, he walks in, I hug him.
So you guys sit down in a room and come up with the whole Lost thing off of Lloyd's concept?
He and I just hit it off. We had this great, meeting, and we realized we have essentially 4 days to write this
Lost,
outline.
right.
Yeah. So we write this outline with some of the other writers. We turned it on a Friday. That Saturday, Lloyd calls. He says, we're green-lighting the pilot. And he says, you have 11 and a half weeks to finish writing it, cast it, shoot it, cut it, turn it in, and it's a 2-hour pilot.
Wow.
And I'm thinking, what? And I liked it enough, and I thought, okay, I'm going to direct this thing instead of looking for a director. So we started writing scenes that next week for auditions, because we couldn't start from the beginning, because we had to start auditioning people.
You had to find actors.
Yeah. What was great about that was we got to bring people in who kind of inspired some of the characters. So some like, the guy like Jorge Garcia, who we saw in Curb Your Enthusiasm. He comes in. He's the first guy we hired. He plays
big fat guy.
He plays Hurley.
Right.
He came in and he had like an attitude that matched what we wanted, but like he was so specific, we could actually, as we wrote the script, tailor it to fit him a little bit. And the more people came in, the more we
And even that hot chick on the show with the dark hair, she had never even had she never had acting experience.
Well, it's funny because she had never done anything, and we saw a ton of people. And meanwhile, we're writing the script. At night we're casting during the day, and location scouting and where the hell are we going to shoot it and who's doing the special effects and there's all that stuff. And we kept seeing people. There was someone I thought maybe could do it, but I still hadn't seen. It's that thing when we cast Felicity and Alias.
Wait a second, though. Back up for a second. Yeah. So you didn't answer my question.
We have 7 stories happening right now, by the way.
I know, yeah. We've got all kinds of threads out there.
But back up. When you were creating Lost and you sat down with this dude, do you know where this show is going or not?
So, I was going to get to that, which is that we just figured out this is sort of what we want to start with.
Right.
Once we finish, to jump ahead, once we finished the script, once we had our cast, and finding Evangeline was an incredibly sort of last-minute thing, which I can tell you about. But she was terrific, actually. You like her?
I think she's good. Yeah, I think she's great.
Yeah, she ended up being great. But what happened was, we wrote the pilot. Then we had to write basically a Bible, which was like, where does this show go? What are the big movements of the series? And as you write that, what you do is you find that there are things that you think that's going to be great, but episode 3 in, you go, no, we're never doing that. Like the Bible ends up changing enormously. But what the closer you get, I always think it's sort of like, it's like climbing a mountain in the fog. Like the closer you get to the top, the more you realize, oh, there are paths you're going to take you never could have anticipated.
So you're not sure where this thing's going to end up?
We know where
Do you know what the hatch is? I mean, you have in your head what the hatch is and how it got there?
And all that the stuff with the numbers and the computer and that whole thing?
You know what the numbers in the computer mean?
Yeah, there are the big pieces. Yes, there are the big pieces that we know we want to get to. Those haven't changed, but like along the way, there are so many different things. So that there will be probably because you don't know how long the show's going to last. Like, they don't say to you, okay, we want it to last 3 seasons. We're like, great. They'll want it to go on for 50 seasons.
So in other words, you knew from almost the beginning whether or not, for example, this thing is a dream or not, or if this is heaven or hell or not.
Right. And one of the great things that Damon said at the very beginning, and this was to me the key. He said there should not be one answer to this show. It shouldn't be like a Sixth Sense, like, oh, and they're dead, and that's why everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it has to be like. There has to be more than one thing going on, so it's not like a Who Killed Laura Palmer.
Yeah, but there has to be a reality to this show. In other words, there's somewhere in the back of your mind, this is why weird things can happen there. This is why this guy can suddenly walk.
If you do a thing where what you're doing is telling a story and just making it up as you go along, you're dead. It's not going to. You know what I mean? It doesn't.
Who have you told the answers to? Like, in other words, have you told your wife what Lost is really going to be, what the end result will be?
I don't think she cares, but
she doesn't watch the show.
Katie's like, listen. No, Katie. She
doesn't care.
She actually, when I tell her ideas, she always invariably has a better idea. Like I'll tell her, and I'm thinking this is the greatest idea, and I'll tell her, and she'll be like, and I'll think it's going to impress her, and she'll be like, why don't you just do this? And I'm like. And I just know it resonates. I'm like, that's a better idea.
So who have you told? Does Lloyd Braun know the ending of Lost? In other words, does he know what this island really is?
What is really happening? Yeah.
I don't think once he, went away. It was funny. We had him.
Lloyd's trying to figure out what's happening at Yahoo. Is what you're saying? Yeah.
He's got another island he's on.
Yeah. What is
Wait, listen. When he was he left ABC, and so we thought, look, it was his inspiration. Right. So we had him come and do the thing at the beginning where it says previously on Lost.
Right. That's Lloyd.
Yeah, and we pitched his voice down a little bit so it didn't sound, And then it came out in some article that like it was like a slam against Bob Iger, where all it was like a little gift to him to say, look,
he's part of it, but they took that away.
But we have meetings all the time with with ABC, with Steve McPherson, who's there now, and so they know a lot of the big pictures. Like the end of this season is mind blowing.
If a kid was dying of cancer. And his last wish, he says, I'm going to live for 3 weeks. I want to know what the end of Lost is.
Right.
Would you tell him?
We, in that case, of course, we would tell him. But
you would.
Well,
you would risk.
Wait, no.
Who here wants to be the dying kid?
If we could trust him.
Right. You would put him through multiple
screenings. Just
as
he's dying doesn't mean you can trust him. But here's the thing. Let's say he's dying and you can trust him. The thing is, I probably wouldn't want to do it because invariably, as things go on, like it's always going to sort of adjust a little bit here and there.
How many people know the end of Lost?
And then I'm the guy who lied to the kid who's dying of cancer.
No. How many people know the end of Lost right now? Would you say there's 4 people on the planet that understand it?
I would say in terms of like all the information that there is, there's probably 4 people.
When you hire a new writer, don't you have to sit and tell them the game plan?
What you do is you tell them, as far as the big picture stuff.
So even the writers don't necessarily know.
They have to know what the island is if they're going to write for it.
Yeah, but how many writers are on the show now?
How many?
Not a lot of writers right now.
Because you want to keep this thing so hush-hush.
Yeah, I mean, you got to keep it low-key. I mean, look, if it's the kind of thing where, everyone knows everything, then it's suddenly, how it is, then all of a sudden it's everywhere.
When you were at Sarah Lawrence College, did you get laid a lot? Honestly.
I have to say probably about 400% more than had I gone to USC.
Right, so you did get laid a lot. But when you...
And by the way, that could be once.
You got married young, right?
I got married when I was 30.
So before your big success, or no? You were in the middle of your success.
I done some movies, but I hadn't done Felicity yet.
Are you sorry? I mean, you appear to be in love with Kerry Russell. I mean, to the point where it's obvious. Yes,
because I work with her.
Well, you put her in Mission Impossible. You put her in Felicity. You obviously have a crush on her, and you're not talking about it. Did you try to get in her pants?
I don't think not one time. I'll tell you something. Kerry Russell is. She's like an angel. Like she's gorgeous. She's
right.
I don't know how you meet her and see her.
Would you like to bang her? Are you sexually attracted to Kerry Russell? Be honest.
I think she's beautiful.
All right. Would you like to make love to her?
Unbelievable. Is Kerry here?
No. I'm asking you. I'm asking you. Would you like to make love to Kerry Russell?
I'm happily married to my wife.
You've never beat off to Kerry Russell.
Oh, this is unbelievable.
No, it's not. It's an outrage that you won't answer.
That wasn't no.
Did you or did you not ever beat off to Kerry Russell's image in your head?
No, this is unbelievable.
No, it's not unbelievable.
I work with her. It's like. Do you ever beat off to Robin?
Not to Robin.
I have.
Maybe
Absolutely.
twice.
Stop it.
I
Maybe
totally
twice.
have.
You see what I'm saying?
In 21 years, yes, I
Saying
beat
it's
off to Robin.
outrageous. You never beat off to someone you work with?
This is a fantasy girl.
When I did my movie Private Parts, I don't think there was a woman on the set I didn't beat off to.
Come on.
Absolutely.
Now I'm
But
pissed
isn't it
'cause I was
awkward
in
though?
that
You
movie.
do that, then you go next day and you're like, "Hi, how are you?"
There are. You beat off. No one knows what you're doing. You're such a free thinker. I can't believe you wouldn't beat off to what? You never beat off to Evangelina Lilly?
Now, here's
Evangelina.
Whatever her name is.
But I think part of what it is when you actually, and maybe this is different.
Are you
on your
being
movie, but-
honest?
Yeah, when you work with someone,
That's
come
more
on.
reason they become more attractive to you.
Really?
Every director falls in love with his leading lady.
Apparently,
you know that.
apparently we're not professionals, Howard.
No, I'm telling you.
Oh, come on. This is.
No, be honest
that
with me.
is what we hear.
What my point is you're having tremendous success. You're the director of the new Mission Impossible 3. You've got Lost. You've got Alias. Jennifer Garner. You never beat off to her?
Listen, no. Look,
JJ.
have you met my wife?
I never met your wife.
Well, you should.
You're telling me, as good looking as your wife is, you don't think about other women
Of
occasionally.
course, you think about other women, but I'm not going to make a
Make a what?
I'm not going to
What?
I don't know. I just say this is like
what?
What? This ain't the Michael Eisner show.
The thing about Mission Impossible 3.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Are you embarrassed by me asking you this?
I was much more comfortable talking about Lloyd Braun.
Let me ask you something.
Did you ever beat off to Lloyd Braun?
Well,
let's ask you something. You do still masturbate, don't you?
Well, Robin, you and I have discussed this before.
So you must have someone in your mind.
Look, all I know is this. I have not worked with you. Let's put it that way.
Right. So you're saying
excuse me for a minute.
can you beat off to non-principal characters? In other words, let's say there's a guest star for 3
Yes,
episodes.
if you're an extra.
Right.
And
No,
I don't,
I'm saying
and I
you
don't
are
talk to-
surrounded by incredible-looking women. Hollywood is an aphrodisiac in itself. I mean, the fact is, when you work on these movies, you see some of the best-looking people in the world.
And you have to cast them, so
Right.
they have to do something for you, in order for you to say, I want that girl in the show.
That is true, but on the other hand, it's like when you get to know them, you work with them. I know that it goes against what you believe, but it's sort of like it's a little like working at an ice cream shop. You go, hey, and then you get home, you're like, you want anything else other than that stuff that you work with
So
all
you're
day.
saying you don't get tempted throughout I know you love your wife, but you don't get tempted throughout the day, the casting, the Jennifer Garners, the Evangelina Lilies, or whatever her name is.
Evangeline. The thing is, it is the greatest job ever to get to, in addition to telling stories and getting to direct, having actors come in, men and women both, and working with them. Clearly, when a good-looking woman comes in, it is a better job than anything else.
Are you not one of the most powerful guys in Hollywood right now? I mean, you've got a couple of hit television shows. You're doing a Norman Lear here.
And you're directing MI3.
I don't.
Howard, can I ask some Lost questions? Because a lot of guys out there, we have a lot of Lost questions.
We have a lot of questions. We need an hour and a half with JJ.
Yeah, he's got to stay here the rest of the day.
2 Lost questions.
Talking about
Just 2.
Go ahead.
One lost
Because there's a lot of people
Okay.
in one last question.
Everybody here is big fans of the show, so everybody came to me with the same thing, which is, are you irritated or happy about the frequency that ABC repeats the show? That the show just seems to get repeated a lot. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's the worst thing in the world. It's for the show. It's horrible.
I hated last week's episode where
It was another one of those
Retread?
catch-up
a compilation.
episodes.
What I'm talking about, sometimes they'll show it twice in a week. Do you know what I mean?
Why are they doing
now what
that?
they do is they show episodes with different commercials and they go brand new.
Right.
What are they doing,
Can you
JJ?
Look, here's the thing. Every show.
How many episodes do you have?
We do 6 over 3 years. No, come on. We do,
Write some episodes.
We do 20. 24.
Are you spread too thin?
20,
Is that what you're
22,
saying?
24.
In other words, you can't. How can you pay attention to Lost? How can you pay attention to Alias? How can you pay attention to Mission Impossible 3? Are you spreading yourself too thin, J.J. Abrams?
No.
No.
And the reason why is when I left Lost, Damon Lindelof and Carlton,
took over.
They took over. When I left Alias, which was in its 5th season,
right.
Jeff Pinkner, producer, had been there from the beginning. He took over. So I had the luxury of being able to walk away from those shows on a day-to-day basis because those guys were.
When a Jennifer Garner walks into you and says, "I'm pregnant," do you want to just take a gun and shoot yourself? I mean, here she's the hot chick on the show. The reason she's hired is to be the hot chick, and now you're shooting her behind a desk, but you're hiding her blimpy ass belly.
They just hired another hot chick.
Not only that,
her blimpy ass belly.
Yeah.
They just hired another hot chick.
Well, here's the thing. It's not. On the one hand, it's not an ideal scenario. On the other hand, she's someone I've been working with for years. It was sort of an inevitability, and I wasn't shocked. It was
right.
Just the dumbest
Affleck
thing.
hang out on the set a lot?
Yeah, he was there sometimes.
Is that distracting?
No.
Was it great?
No, here's the thing.
Is it great to have these people kissing your ass?
No one kisses my
No,
ass.
but was it
listen,
great
wait,
that she had had an affair with her love interest on the show,
Oh, God.
and then dumped him, and then Affleck's on the set?
I got to tell you, it was.
Oh, wow,
For about like a month, you'd walk in and say, you'd be like,
it's weird, right?
But here's the thing. What's amazing is everyone kind of just got on with it. Like everyone it ended up being fine, and sort of one of those things everyone goes through. But I was so stupid when she got pregnant. I went to some screening, and there was, reporters outside, and they were like, "Hey, so JJ, do you think her pregnancy is going to affect the show? Is it going to be a problem? What are you going to do?"
Of course it is.
And I was like, "No, it's going to be fine. Next morning, I get a call from her publicist. Jennifer had not confirmed that she was pregnant yet. And I was like, I fell for it like an idiot. So I ended up being the moron who made it public. I'm such a moron.
Are you the type of guy that comes up with these ideas for the show, and then you start doing the show, and then it gets boring to you, and then you have to move on to the next thing? You've got so many fires going at once.
I mean, I do have sort of a short, attention span, but I can at least finish that sentence. I'm not that bored.
Go ahead.
Attention span?
Yes.
Is that the word?
So what are you looking for?
But the fact is, I don't know. It's like, don't you have that feeling like you have an idea for something, and then you go, yeah, I'm sort of doing that. There's this, but the truth is, I've been lucky, and the actors and the crew, the people I've been working with, I think, like Alias this year, I think they've been doing some of the best episodes, which proves they don't need me.
You never beat off to Kerry once. Is that what you're saying?
What is your obsession?
Yes.
One more last question, then I want to
go ahead. Go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, so I love the show. Love the show Lost, and I know they're on an island, and I know that they're hungry, and I know everything. But
they're not hungry anymore. They found bunches of food.
But seriously, there's one thing that I did have a problem with, and I'm not joking around when I say this. Are we really to believe that hot blonde is interested in the big fat guy?
Don't you get that could be his version of heaven? Don't you see that with his numbers?
Did you see that episode?
Yes.
You did?
What did you say, JJ?
And you
JJ,
still asked that question?
Wait, what did you say? I didn't hear your question.
That he'd seen the episode, the last episode with Hurley.
Right.
The one where...
Right. It could, and so you were talking about Tom Cruise.
What do you think is going on? I think he has a very large penis, and she's attracted to him.
Well, wait a second. Now, who's dating on the show for real? Isn't the elf dating?
The elf is dating
Evangeline Lilly.
Seriously, I just discussed how I revealed stuff about Jennifer. I'm never talking about people again.
Aren't sets crazy? I mean, I remember when you were on Felicity.
Are you Kerry Russell?
No, I remember on Felicity, Kerry Russell was dating Scott Speedman,
That's right.
and that was a whole big romance. And then they broke up, so you got to deal with that.
Here's the thing:
you get Jennifer Garner on Alias. She starts going out with her co-star, and then they break up. It's all this drama, and you got to sit there and walk around on fucking glass like you.
The thing is that, like Katie, my wife, always says that, she laughs because I never want to talk about anyone. I never want to talk about, I hate gossiping. I can't, so that she'll ask, how's so-and-so, and I'll say, I don't know. She's like, what do you mean you don't know? You see him all the time. And I feel like it's the thing that's kept me friends with all these people.
So you would annoy me.
But I can't do it.
I love the gossip.
But how can he love this show and hate gossip? That's all we do is gossip on this show.
You know who's like that? Ross Zapin. Ross Zapin will not gossip.
I know.
I know. It drives me crazy. Yeah, it drives me nuts.
Wow.
I just feel like like someone will say what's happening, and I'll say, I swear to God, I'll say, please don't tell me. It drives me crazy.
On the set, people change, and bathing suits slip off. Have you seen any of the starlets naked? Kerry Russell, ever seen her naked?
No.
Have you ever seen Jennifer Garner naked?
No.
Have you ever seen Evangeline Lilly naked?
No. I've seen all of these people wearing,
almost nothing
on the show, but never.
Have you been with Lost since they hired that girl and who keeps getting DWI?
Michelle Rodriguez.
Michelle Rodriguez.
Well, Michelle Rodriguez and Hurley's girlfriend both got DUI on the same day.
Right.
So the tabloids this week say that you're writing them out. You're writing them both out of the show.
No, he's not writing them out.
No, no.
The tabloids say he's not writing out Michelle Rodriguez. She got a DUI, but you're keeping her in, right?
Yes.
What do you think of that? She on a self-destructive path?
She's a...
What's the matter with her?
She's got an amazing personality. Like when we first met with her, she's got such a sort of confidence. It's kind of amazing. But
what do you think of the DUI? What's up with her? She mental?
This is classic.
Obviously, that's all a scam. That confidence.
Wait a second. Why is she an alcoholic? Is she an alcoholic?
Why is she an alcoholic?
Well, if you have a couple of DWIs, that's usually what they say about you.
But how long has she been an alcoholic?
I got a question for both those people because they got the DUI on the same day. Yeah. Is that something that you hear in the news, or does your phone ring in the middle of the night like, JJ, listen, this shit's going to hit the fan and you got to know?
Usually it's like, the first thing in the morning you get a phone call like, so-and-so got robbed or so-and-so got, and you're like, oh, shit.
JJ, are you a multi-millionaire now? I mean, you've got to be. I mean, you're very successful in television.
Yes, I mean, in your presence, I'm a pauper.
In Mission Impossible 3, Tom Cruise hires you.
Tom Cruise called him and said, "Let's hang out."
Right. And how weird was that?
It was off the charts. I mean, this is
Scientology come up the first time.
Yeah, immediately.
Did you go to the big special celebrity house?
Yeah, that's where he found me.
That's right.
What are you talking about?
Are you pressured to take courses over the?
I don't believe Tom is a Scientologist. He uses this for publicity.
Exactly. No. What happened was I was filming Lost, the pilot for Lost. I got this phone call from Tom, and I swear to God, when I got this phone call, the strength of his voice, he was like, "Hey, man!" It was on the phone. I was like, "Whoa!"
All intense.
Yeah, it was amazing. I met him once before, months earlier, for a meeting with Steven Spielberg about writing War of the Worlds. But
and you turned that down.
I couldn't do it because I was doing Lost.
Right.
So I got to do Lost, and my assistant, it turns out, when he left my office, gave him DVDs of Alias.
Is it hard to say no to these projects when Steven Spielberg calls and says, "I want to work with you"?
My heart. Seriously, it was like this. I thought this is my career's over. This is the dumbest, because Spielberg is he's my idol. He's for maybe cliche, stupid thing, but he is.
Did Spielberg ask you if you ever beat off to Kerry Russell?
he kept asking me that. I was like,
So Spielberg's your idol, and all of a sudden he offers you an opportunity to work with him, and you have to turn it down. Now, saying no is difficult, isn't it?
It's look. I mean, I want to make everyone happy, right? So saying no to that guy, I was like, this is a disaster. But he was gracious, and look, as if he needs me. So
that's when you know you made it, when you turned down Steven Spielberg. True or false? You're so busy.
No, false. I felt like I was making a huge mistake, but I did what I had to do, and I go off to do Lost, and I'm filming the pilot. Tom calls. He's like, "Hey, man." I said, "Hey." He's like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "I'm directing a pilot." He's like, "You sound great." I'm like, "I'm feeling happy. What's going on?" He's like, "I watched Alias. I watched every episode." I was like, "What?"
Right.
I didn't think he knew about TV.
Right.
So I said, he's like, "When you get back to LA, let's hang out."
Now, what does hang out mean? What do you do?
Please, the first thing in my mind is what I can't even fathom. I had a meeting with him, but it was so surreal because it was him and Spielberg that literally in the middle of the meeting, I had to say, "Can I just say one thing? This is really weird." I had to make a comment to myself because it was such a
self-deprecating comment.
It wasn't even self-deprecating. It was truly it was overwhelming to have these two icons, my absolute idol, and this the biggest movie star in the world sitting in my office.
When you hang out with Tom Cruise, are those black kids? He has black kids. What does he have? What are his kids?
The black kids.
Where are they?
Unbelievable.
Who is more?
Well, with Spielberg and Cruise, you
That's
got all
right.
kinds.
Spielberg has black kids. Cruise has black kids. Are the black kids around?
There are two kids.
Did you have to play basketball?
Are there a lot of black people?
Whose kids are blacker?
Did you ever beat off?
Whose kids are blacker? That's a good question. Spielberg or Tom Cruise?
I don't know.
You talk ghetto around the house.
You don't know whose kids are blacker?
Yeah, who's more ghetto?
Hey, yo, what's up? What's up, man?
JJ.
Yo, my dad directed Jaws, bitch.
Were you always in JJ?
Yo, my dad was in Jerry Maguire, motherfucker. Fuck you, man.
Hey, yo, you ever beat off to Felicity?
Your dad ain't shit. My dad directed Schindler's motherfucking List. Yeah? My dad was in MI2 and 3. Dog.
What is it like with the black kids? Take us into that world. We're fascinated by it. You've actually seen it.
That was unbelievable. What's
my daddy's a Theta 7. My dad ain't into that shit.
What is it like? Your daddy's a Theta 7?
Your dad's a Theta 7. Your motherfucking dad's crazy. My dad's a Jew. My dad's one of the chosen motherfuckers. Your dad's into that crazy L. Ron Hubbard bullshit. My father's a chosen motherfucker.
See, this is why I bought Sirius. Literally. So when I'm driving, I have these moments.
What are you talking about here? Talk about that. Did you meet Spielberg's kids?
I've never.
But you met Cruise's.
Yes, of course. They're around all the time.
And they're black children, right?
One of them is.
One of them is.
One of them is, but
right. Did that freak you out, or did you find that to be odd? Or
what are you talking about?
I mean, it was different,
did it
right?
Freak me out.
Do they know the ghetto speak, or do they speak like a white person?
Is Tom keeping them close to their culture?
Yeah. No, here's the thing. No, these
Does he take them to a black neighborhood, to Compton?
How do they play the dozens about mothers like, yo, your mom's Nicole Kidman?
No sense of humor, those kids. It must be. Are they in gangs? What are they doing? Yeah, right. What are these kids doing?
Your mother's from down under my ass.
These are two of these kids are.
These kids are very down to earth kids.
Honestly, they're the greatest kids.
Yeah.
I am not kidding. They're wonderful kids.
So you got to know the kids.
Yo, your mother sucked in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
So this is quite a story what you're describing. These black children are confused because they.
What are you talking about?
I mean,
No.
it has to be a wild situation for them.
Well, just like Artie said, your mom's Kate
have you never heard of
Castro,
it? Come on, it's adoption. They adopted
two of the
these
whitest
kids.
women on earth.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. What is it like to walk around with Tom Cruise who's so white?
That's the Minority Report.
Are you considering adopting black kids?
Yes.
Good move.
Come on.
Good move.
What do you?
So when
These
you
are
meet Tom
fantastic.
Cruise,
No, I just want to say
Yeah.
these are great kids. You would love these kids.
I know, of course they are.
Come on.
Of course.
Do you think
We make
Zarustra?
jokes.
Do you think Zarustra, who is Angelina Jolie's child, will
She
be
sounds
hanging
like
out?
a drug now.
Zarustra. Do you believe Zarustra will be hanging around?
Zarustra.
Zarustra.
Don't speak Zarustra.
Can cause liver damage.
Urethra. So what you're trying to describe?
Yo, the
to us-
second Lara Croft was bullshit.
Do you think Zaruski will defeat Suri? All right, so.
Oh my God!
Now
That,
do you
that
go
was
to
seriously the greatest
Do you
run.
go to Tom
ever.
Cruise's house now? Do you?
Yeah, not since they had the baby, because apparently it's a mob scene.
I bet he has a pool.
You didn't. Well, you have to go to a workshop before you can see this baby.
Oh no!
Is his house off the charts, Tom Cruise?
It's a very nice house.
Yeah, are you able
Did you
to?
see the sonogram? Where's that set up?
No, I didn't see a sonogram, but no, he told me that he got the machine. See, this is like he got one.
Do you think because the new baby is white that
He definitely wanted to
superior?
see it before.
No,
do you think that baby will be treated more special?
That
and this
baby's
will
gonna
cause a
glow
rift?
in the dark from all that.
I mean, I know you don't like to gossip, but
Yo, Tyrone, get Suri some dinner.
God damn a white baby!
Damn it.
Wow.
Life was great before they had the white baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. You guys.
So you,
Yo, your father ruined Kubrick's career, man.
Your father killed Kubrick.
all right, let's go to some phone calls because JJ
God,
has
this is
limited
unbelievable.
time. Mission Impossible 3 in theaters this Friday. Is it as good? Or, I am not a Mission Impossible guy.
The trailer is
I like
very
them.
good, and you've got a great cast.
Is there a lot of pressure on you? Because seriously, this is a big budget film. How much money did it cost to make this film? Be honest and don't lowball it.
I don't know the final thing. It was north of 150. So.
North of 150.
Yeah,
That's a lot
the
of
first
money.
two were made by a Wang or a Wu or something like that,
De
right?
Palma and John Woo. Yeah.
Right, and this is big for you. If this film does well, the world
This
is
is
your
it.
oyster. If it
Yeah.
tanks, no one's asking you to direct another film. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's a franchise. Did you consider that it's too much pressure? Did you tell Tom Cruise this is too much for me?
No, honestly, I was never daunted by that stuff because it all kind of happened in stages. Like I got to hire the co-writers I wanted to work with, the crew.
You wrote the script.
Co-wrote it, yeah.
I have confidence now that this might have a real story. My criticism of the first two Mission Impossibles was that there was really no story. It was
That's
all
right.
action.
See, in the first movie, it was sort of like a suspense exercise. The second one was all about action. This movie, and I'm switching into sort of like salesman mode here.
Go ahead. That's okay.
Can you feel that?
I understand it.
But the thing is that I wanted to see what it was like to actually be a person and do the kind of shit this guy does. Like what is it like to be
I was a fan of Mission Impossible, the TV show. There was always an intriguing story.
I know, but there was a team in that thing.
Yes.
And that was fun. There was no team in the first two movies.
Right.
It was like
They
a
killed off
standalone
the team,
I know.
yeah.
You go,
He
a
might as
team.
well have been James Bond.
That's the thing. So this
Right.
movie, it's like you got a team, and you have Maggie Q. I don't know if you know Maggie. She's incredible.
You ever beat off to her?
Jonathan Rhys-Meyers,
Go
who's
ahead.
fantastic, Ving Rhames, and Tom. So you have this team, and they're just. I love that. To me was a huge part of the show. I love the team.
So is Tom crowing that this is his best Mission Impossible movie out of the three?
I got to say, I think that this movie is.
Let me ask you
it's
something.
the
Do
movie I
you
want
have to show your script to Tom Cruise and get him to approve it? Does he add things? What does he do?
What happened was they were going to do another version of Mission 3. They were like 8 weeks away from shooting, and he said, I got this phone call from my agent. Said, are you aware of the conversations? I was like, what are you talking about? He said, for you to direct Mission 3. I was like, what? There's another director who was on the movie. So I have a headache now from laughing so hard. So I said, that's impossible. There's another director. He said, no, he's stepped down. I meet Tom the next night. He'd never mentioned a thing. I'd gotten to know him a little bit. He never mentioned a thing. And he's like, do you want to do it? And he has that that risky business smile. He's like, you want to do it? It was so insane.
But does he criticize the script as you're writing it?
Was what happened.
Because you say to him, hey, listen, asshole, you were in Eyes Wide Open, and maybe you don't know everything.
No, this is the thing. The guy, he shows me the script. It's a good script, and I say, you know what? This is not a movie that I should be directing, this version. He said, what do you want to do? Which I said, well, I'd want to do more of a personal story, one that was funnier, had more, emotion to it, more personal. And he said, well, let's do that version. I'm like,
you haven't seen it yet.
You're 8 weeks away from shooting this version.
Right.
It'll be a year. I'm doing Lost. He's like, let's wait a year. I'm like, what?
Well, that's smart.
So he did it. Well, I thought it was, it was just crazy. So we did, and I wrote the script with these two other writers, Alex Kurtzman and Bob Orsi. We wrote the script, and showing to Tom like the outline, going over stuff. The thing about Tom is, and this is, I know.
All right, here comes the blowjob. Go ahead.
I'm telling you.
Go ahead.
This is true.
Let me get on my knees.
That's right.
What is the thing about your father?
My father. This is the thing about my father.
You don't mind if we play the blowjob effect in the background? Go ahead. What about the thing about Tom? Go ahead.
Is that, come on. The thing.
Right, the thing about Tom is,
Mr. Cruz has a wonderful sense of story, an amazing ability.
He does?
Yeah, he does.
Howard.
I can't do this.
Yeah. Go ahead.
He got to go. JJ got to go.
JJ's got to go.
Come on.
I know. They tell me you got to get your car's waiting. Your plane's going to leave.
His plane. Where are you going? Look at you, a plane.
Toronto, want to come?
He's got a private plane. They can wait.
They can take off anytime.
No, it's not private.
Whoa, you don't have a private plane with all the shows you got? And you're the director of Mission Impossible 3?
Tom didn't give you a plane?
Is there a back-end deal on this thing? If this film does... No. What do you mean? You were paid a flat fee.
This is my first movie. Are you kidding me? I was lucky to be craft services.
So what is the deal? You just got paid a flat fee?
Yeah.
You don't have
No
any
points?
No.
You're lying. Get out of my studio now.
I'm not lying.
Are you lying?
No. By the way, if I did,
Dude, you got Alias,
I'd
Lost?
be excited. I'd say, hey, guess
Dude,
what
you're like the hottest thing in Hollywood. What the fuck are you doing? Who's your agent?
He's my. I love my agent.
If this movie does well, you get no points.
No.
Wow. Can I call your agent an asshole?
Not a good deal.
I mean, what are you kidding me?
Howard.
What do you think Cruise was going to do? Another shitty Mission Impossible movie? You gave him a great script. You directed the goddamn thing for this guy.
Listen, I got a great deal on this movie, so I'm not complaining.
What's a great deal? Give me some figures.
I'll go over figures later.
Come on, give me an idea.
Figures?
Give me ballpark. What'd you get? $5 million?
Ladies and gentlemen,
I got more than that.
I don't think so.
Well, how could he get more than that?
Did you get over 5 or under 5? That's all I'm asking. Don't give me exact numbers.
all in.
Yeah.
All in. I'm not comfortable.
As the writer and director.
I'm not comfortable talking about it.
You got to be over 5. If you're not, I'm gonna shock your balls with a.
No, I'm not putting. No, I've seen that.
So if you were a Scientologist, you probably have points. Bet you those guys got
Perhaps
points.
that's true.
Yeah, L. Ron Hubbard
Are you
has
all
points.
in? Are you over 5? Honestly, be honest.
I don't want to talk
Are
about
you
money.
over 5?
I don't want to talk
Or
about
then
money.
tell me, did you beat off to Kerry Russell?
He's got to go for real.
Is there a yes on either one of those?
No, I can't. No.
There's a no on both. Wow.
No comment.
Ralph, what do you want? Real quick. Hold on. I'm going to let you go. What do you want?
Quickly. First of all, they're on Lost. They're all drugged in a lab. This Mission Impossible is going to be great because JJ always starts off strong, and then he ruins it by responding to his critics. Like on Lost, people said not enough happened quick enough. So then, second season, too much happened right off the bat. All of a sudden, they find the lab. They're doing this, they're that. You know what I'm saying?
No.
And in Alias,
I love Lost.
You started dumbing it down because people said it was too complicated.
Well, I got to say, the Alias was...
Alias was too complicated for me.
That show was so
Alias
complicated.
was great.
I watched,
started off great.
You know what? Yeah,
Great.
I watched an old episode recently, and literally I was like, the fuck is going on? Like, literally,
You didn't know what was going on.
I love it when it was like that.
Good guys pretending they're bad guys. Bad guys didn't know they were bad guys. The good guys knew the bad guy was there. The bad guys, like, it was very confusing. I got to say, I love that show.
And then last week I tried to watch it, and I tuned it in. I'm like, oh great, I'm gonna start watching Alias again. I tuned it in, and there's Jennifer Gardner running around with that big belly. I turned it right off.
Yeah. Well, she's ridiculous, and she had no right to do that to JJ.
It didn't hurt the show at all, her pregnancy.
No, it's not right.
It didn't hurt it at all.
Well, JJ, I had a million things to talk to you about. I had a lot of notes, a lot of things underlined.
Thank you for letting me come on. I begged to come on the show.
You should have answered
fan.
some questions.
Yeah.
Come on.
You were very shy. Mission Impossible 3 in theaters this Friday.
Thank you.
Kerry Russell's waiting for you in the plane naked. I know that.
I don't know what went on there. If whatever happened, hey, I hope it's okay with your wife.
Oh, please.
I wish you tons of luck. You're very nice to me.
Oh,
You're a
please.
very talented guy. I enjoy all your shows. I love you too. I really do, and I've been a fan for so long. And this is great to see your success.
Hey, JJ, how'd it go in there, man?
I never wanted that to end. What's more fun than this? Are you kidding me? Seriously? I just don't want to leave.
There's a lot of Kerry Russell masturbation-related questions in there.
Well, I asked for them.
He did?
No, come on.
Was that uncomfortable?
So funny. No, it was hysterical. The whole thing, literally, I at one point I thought I was going to have a coroner. It was so funny.
Yeah, when you were speaking to Tom Cruise's children and Steven Spielberg's children.
That was just me listening to those guys go off. It was really funny.
Yeah, it seemed like you were a big fan of Artie's and...
It was, oh yeah, a huge fan of Artie's.
All right, well, thanks for coming down,
It's
Jay.
Athena. It's Athena. Thank you very much. It was great fun.
Thanks, JJ.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of the film festival, on the phone now is Scott, the winner of the film festival. Hey, Scott.
Hi, how you doing?
I tried to sit and talk to Scott at the film festival, but the after party was so packed like sardines.
Yeah, I hardly saw anybody after the film festival was over.
I was amazed, though, to learn that you told me that the film cost you about $250 to make. Is that right?
Yeah, it barely cost anything. It was all just props, food, and wardrobe.
Where'd you shoot it?
I actually shot in an old funeral home that has been closed down and is about to be renovated. So had that nice 60s look.
How do you get into the funeral home? Did you have a friend?
I worked on a movie in Boston starring Danny Aiello, and we had just shot there at the funeral home recently. And so I kind of got to know the owner of the place and asked if we could use it.
You're in the film business. What do you do for everyone who's listening?
Mostly I'm a production assistant or an assistant director, so not too high up there yet.
No, but you will be.
What a film.
Yeah, I think
thank
I was talking to Richard Roper afterwards, and I was also talking to Todd Phillips, who's a director, and he said that guy will definitely be working in the industry. He will direct a film.
Well, that's what Richard said. I expect to be reviewing his feature-length movie someday.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, you
Great job, man. Really cool.
Yeah. And Scott took the prize. It was $15,000 cash. And what were some of the prizes? I know there was supposedly $15,000 in prizes. What did you get?
It was a full Avid editing suite.
Is that a big deal?
Oh, it's a huge deal.
Right.
Yeah, it's a huge deal, and all the equipment that comes along with it. There's some music scoring. I met with the guys that offered to score my next film, which is part of the prize package.
Right.
And some screenwriting software.
So you were happy with all your prizes?
Oh my God, it's amazing. I mean, the whole experience is just it's priceless, and I mean, the prizes are just bonus, really. I mean, after the experience.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever entered other film festivals?
No, not really. I mean, I've made some films. I've won some smaller awards, nothing really worth mentioning, but more local to where I'm originally from in Michigan. But
how'd you learn about our film festival?
I heard it on the air. As soon as I heard it on the air, I went right to work. And
as soon as you heard it on the air, how long did it take you to come up with this concept of me, Robin, and Fred being ham radio operators?
It was a little bit of a process. I kept trying to think of ideas, and all the ideas I was coming up with involved having you in the movie or Artie in the movie, and obviously that wasn't possible. So I was trying to think of having versions of you guys, and then are you old, are you young, and the young thing kind of stuck, and then it was just a matter of finding a setting where you would all meet, and are you pen pals, or is there a place that you could be together in person? And the over the airwaves thing just was too perfect and just kind of popped in my head. And
was it very scripted, the movie, or did a lot of it happen ad lib?
No, it was very, very scripted. Every line in there was scripted.
Yeah, did you think those kids were going to ad lib that?
Well, I mean, I thought maybe when I was watching the editing that maybe you had that Howard kid saying a lot of different lines and then just used the ones that worked.
Well, the original script was 8 pages long, and a rule of thumb is 1 page per 1 minute, and so the original cut was 8 minutes long.
Right.
And so I had to cut 3 minutes out of it. So there was a lot more to it, but I had to cut the conversations a lot shorter.
Hey, dude, it was so perfect, and I wouldn't have changed a thing. But did you toy with the idea of maybe having like a young Jackie come in at the end or something like that, or Baba Booey?
I did. I thought that. Well, my original idea, I wanted you in there, Artie, but obviously time-wise, it didn't fit.
No,
Artie wasn't born.
Maybe it would have been funny to have Jackie as like a 21-year-old.
Right. That's funny.
You know, like
40 years old.
Yeah, coming in and writing a joke for you or something. But not that I would have changed anything. But I was wondering if you toyed with Baba Booey or a Jackie reference.
Yeah, I was trying to get maybe one more character in there, but I just needed to tighten it up, and I knew I was going to have to cut a lot out of it anyway, so I kept it down to the 3 characters.
And what was the direction to the kids? Because everybody remarks at how like us they were.
Well, I know 2 of the kids' parents are actually very big fans. In fact, John, the boy who played Howard, his mother is a huge fan and was trying to get tickets to the film festival before he was even involved. And a little side note also is that John's birthday is the same as Howard's birthday, so it's kind of destiny there.
Wow, yeah, that's great.
But yeah, so the parents are big fans, and I'm sure that the kids have heard it, just in passing also. And so I think they kind of knew coming into it.
Well, Scott, I got to tell you, what I'm hoping for out of this is that it does provide some opportunities for you. If anybody goes on Howard TV, which is on demand on your cable system, you can see this film. It is a really incredible film. It's called Radio Days, D-A-Z-E, and I think it's choice or option number 4.
Radio Play.
Play.
Plays.
P-L-A-Y.
Why do you say days?
I thought it was Radio Days.
No, it's Radio Play.
Radio Play.
Radio Play. Oh, okay. I got it wrong. I'm sorry. But I went home and watched it again and showed it to Beth, and she was just really moved by it, too. It was really, really cool.
My mother was blown away by it. She watched it on Howard TV, and I mean, everybody was. Who saw
I got to tell you, when it played, and it was in the middle of the pack of films,
right.
Richard Roper turned to me and he said, "That's the winner."
It destroyed. I felt bad for the films that had to follow it, and Ganji assured me they were good enough to follow it, but,
I
look.
assure you they're good enough.
But he was right, but they weren't just on that level,
Yeah. Scott, didn't you think that farting film deserved to place higher than last place?
Oh, definitely. When that showed first, I was, I was laughing hysterically, and I thought, oh shit, I'm in trouble, But it was definitely, it should have been up there. But the top 3, I think, were deserving, and I really appreciate the spot.
You got a girlfriend or you married?
I have a girlfriend. Been together for a long time. We've been together for 7 years. So.
Did you bring her to the film festival or no?
I didn't. I brought 2 guys that helped me out a lot on the film, so I thought they deserved to go.
Doug, what do you want to say?
I just want to say I'm going to call Scott today, and we're going to go up to his hometown and meet the kids up close and personal with him.
Where's he from, Doug?
Somewhere in Massachusetts. Salem, Massachusetts, right?
And what are you going to do?
I live in Salem.
What are you going to do? You're going to make that part of the special?
I'll do like a whole documentary about the winner of the film festival.
Wow.
So I think it'll be cool. We'll get some of his raw footage. Yeah.
Oh, you got raw footage? That's
well,
good.
I'm going to ask him.
Outtakes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that'd
definitely.
be cool. Yeah.
Scott, how old are you?
I'm 27.
Yeah, everybody kept asking me. I said you were between 25 and 30. I didn't know exactly how old you were, but man, you got a bright future, brother. You know what you're doing with that camera, and you shot that with like a video camera, right?
Yeah, it was shot on DV. It's a new camera that actually has an HD component, but we didn't use it, so we did not shoot in high def.
Oh, what is DV? I don't understand.
It's just high definition. It's a really clear picture. It's it's the new thing.
What does a camera like that cost? A DV camera?
A DV camera isn't that bad.
You can find them.
Cameras are very, very expensive.
But when he says he shot with a DV camera, is that like a video camera like you hold?
Yeah. It's just digital video.
Wow.
It's,
yeah.
I think it's the camera that we use in the hallway, and they run anywhere from $2,000 to $6,000.
And then you download that into your computer and you edit that stuff?
Exactly.
Wow, that's pretty good.
How did you get that? It had an atmospheric look. It was like a little darker.
Yeah.
It was really.
I thought it was shot on film.
It was good cinematography. Yeah.
Well, I gotta attribute that to my director of photography, Andy McCarthy, who is just.
He did a good job.
Yeah.
He helped with the lighting and he worked the camera. So
So do you have to split your prize money with those guys?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to pay everyone involved, including the kids, and they all deserve it. So.
All right, real good. Hey, Scott, congrats, and really, by showing it on Howard TV and all the publicity we got around this, a couple of people, including Todd Phillips and Richard Roper, said, "Boy, this guy's going to be directing." So, I think this will get you a lot of exposure. I hope it does, because.
Have you heard anything yet?
Yeah, I mean, I've got some meetings of, I'm shaking a lot of hands, gotten a lot of business cards, but
nice.
Yeah, I definitely think this is a life-changing event, and I just want to thank you, Howard. This is enormous, bigger than expected.
Scott, I hope this inspires you to do more films, and I know the guy from Avid was saying some nice things to you too, like talking about he wants to help you with all your films. And,
yeah, definitely.
He was a good guy. I met
Maybe
him.
all your films should be Howard Stern films.
Yeah. Why not stick to this theme? Is there a way, like maybe we could sign Scott to do a film a month?
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Gary Dell'Abate, Baba Booey. On Monday's wrap-up show, we had Artie in, and we started having a discussion about how Dan, the Song Parody Man, hasn't paid him back the $6,500 that he's owed him for like 2 years. And then Ralph called in, and Ralph was all about like, man, just let it roll up your back. What are you getting so upset about? I don't think Ralph was getting it. You know, I know that if somebody owed Ralph $6,500, he'd be really pissed. But anyway, there's a lot of discussion going on. Here's how it all went.
Ralph Sorella, you're on the wrap-up show.
Artie, I don't understand why. I mean, I can understand you're upset with Dan, just like I understand that you're upset, but you keep lending money out expecting a different result from various people. So you should really be putting this money out there without the expectation of getting it back.
Well, hold on a second, Ralph. Hold on. Artie.
But can I finish?
Hold on, but have you lent money to other people
I don't
and
lend
gotten
money.
it back?
I
Oh, no,
don't-
I'm talking to Artie. Stop for a second.
Ralph, it's not about you for 3 seconds.
Artie, have you lent money to other people in the last 5 years and gotten it back?
About 85% of the people I've loaned money to have given it back to me. Right. Absolutely.
But do you think Dan doesn't want to pay this money back and he feels bad about it? You know,
No. That's not what I
mean-
said. That's not what I said. I think Dan does feel bad about it, but it's just a little aggravating when a guy seems to be relaxing on a weekday afternoon at a screening he's getting for free with one of the biggest stars in the world because he works for him, instead of maybe, I don't know, doing anything to scrape it up. It's just, I'm being honest with you, Ralph. It's
Right, but that doesn't. But one doesn't preclude the other. Just because he did a screening doesn't mean that he, should he just sit in his house and
Ralph, if it were your
not leave?
Ralph,
and,
if it were your money, hold on a second. If it were your money, that somebody owed you, you'd probably have a similar feeling.
That's not the point. But
no, but it is the point.
No,
it's a
not
big
the
point.
What I'm wondering is, why do you even let it get to you that you're letting this upset you? And it's how much is it, by the way?
$6,500.
Okay, it's not a drop in a bucket, but I mean and I'm not counting your money or how you spend it.
I understand,
but I'm just saying on a psychological level, why do you even let it get to you? Just, you know what? Fuck it. What am I going to do about it? It's
all right, Dr. Freud. Well, listen, I didn't grow up with a lot of money, Ralph, and I don't think you did either. You seem to come from a good family, a good mom. Your sister seems like a classy person. I grew up with no money, so I don't give a fuck how much money I make. $6,500 is still $6,500. That could be a necklace for my sister. It could be something I could do nice for someone I love or something. But I could give it to charity.
Yeah.
It's still a lot of money, Ralph.
Artie, you're rationalizing it. You don't have to.
I know, because he's forcing me to. Because he's asking a stupid question. I think.
I'm not. No, I'm just.
No, Ralph, you're asking a stupid question. You're being stupid.
I agree, Ralph.
You're being stupid. And listen, Ralph, let me listen to me.
Really
I agree with you that it's my fault for loaning money out a lot and expecting it back. But Gary's right. About 85% of the time, I have gotten it back. And Dan was a friend of mine, and I thought that might happen too. It was a mistake. I'm a human being. You're right. I shouldn't let it get to me, but it is right now. And I'm being honest about it on the radio. That's all I'm saying. You're entitled to your opinion. It came up today, and I said, you know what, Howard? I want to say something because it's something that's been on the air. I'm a little mad right now.
And I'm not attacking you, and I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying maybe there's another way to look at it. Like, you know what? Let me just let this go.
But Ralph, you're
a better human being than I am, Ralph, because it's hard to let it go, brother.
And Ralph, I don't think you're being completely honest. You're being a little hypocritical because a lot of times you'll call here and you'll say, listen, the great thing about Howard is no matter how much money he has, he still values money.
Sure.
You'll say that all the time.
Right.
So why should Artie not value the money he's owed?
You're missing the point of. Maybe I'm just not making it clear. I'm not saying that $6,500 is nothing. That's a shitload of money to anybody. I think to Bill Gates, I think $6,500 is a
and
is
it
a lot
should
of,
be because
is a lot of money. It should be.
It could feed 18 kids tonight steak dinners.
Right,
you know?
but this guy Dan is like he's not a jerk off. I don't think, and
neither do I.
And he's obviously having trouble paying it back, and you're getting upset with yourself and him, and it's like you don't need to, that 65. You're not getting kicked out of your house,
Ralph. You're not getting it, man. You're not getting it. It doesn't matter if I'm getting kicked out of my house, man. You're not getting it.
You're saying you're not counting Artie's money, but you just counted it.
Yeah, Ralph. The fact that he's not getting kicked, it's completely irrelevant.
It's just money.
No, it's just money.
But it's not just the value of money. It's a friend treating you kind of shitty.
You're right. There's more to it than just the money aspect of it. It's somebody you trusted. Who and I think again
I think if Dan could pay the money back, if Dan could pay the money back, he would.
He would. I'm agreeing with you, Ralph, but he's not making an effort to get it. So something's wrong here.
I mean, what if what if Dan could do a million things? He could say to Artie, "Look, I need a way to earn the money."
I mean, it's just like maybe
Ralph, you don't know. You don't
Ralph,
know the situation.
Are you trying to make me feel guilty right now? I know he has a daughter. That's why I loaned him the money.
No,
and if he came to me and said, "Oh, I can either give you the $6,500 or feed my kid for 10 days," I said I don't want it. But he's not doing that. He's not communicating with me.
Right. See,
so instead of like calling him or something like that, you're gonna deal with it on the air.
You want me to? No, he dealt with it on the air, Ralph. He made this up. And Howard harps on it because it's funny and interesting. Every time he sees Dan at a screening, Howard makes a joke about it. So get on Howard for talking about it on the air.
But didn't you bring it up today and say I'm upset with Dan?
No, Dan came up, and I thought, and I am, and because it's been brought up on the air, I brought it up.
All right.
Ralph, only you could make Artie feel like the villain in this.
I'm not. You're twisting it.
But you're saying just forget it. I'm sure he'd pay it back if he could. But there's more to it than just actual money as well. And Benji started to touch on that a little bit.
No,
hold on. Let me finish now. Hold on. Let me finish.
You're trying to make me the villain for saying, "Hey, look at it."
So you are the villain because you're talking like a jerk off right now.
I want to make my point, and I have the luck of not having to listen to Ralph while I want to make the point. It's not only dollars and cents you're dealing with here. Benji sort of touched upon it. It's a friendship. It's a person that you trusted that said they were going to do something that they didn't, and it's a lack of communication. And I think that's Artie's biggest issue. In other words, if I were in the same position and somebody came to me and said, listen, man, I know I owe you that money. Times have been rough. I lost my job. Just a little communication. But Artie doesn't get any communication. He just goes to a screening and sees a guy sitting there, and then your mind just makes up the rest.
Look, Dan used to call me a few times a day. You know what I mean? And this goes back to the Chaz Palminteri Bronx Tale thing. He says that jerk-off's out of your life for $20. He owes you $20. But he's going to avoid you forever. It's different with me and Dan because I do want to see the kid. I like the kid. I hope his daughter's fine. So tell me, look, Art, I just can't. Every once in a while, call me up and say, I ain't got it, man. I'm sorry, brother. And everything's fine.
And I know he's embarrassed. I'm sure it's one of the reasons he's probably embarrassed. But still, those are the parts of life where you got to man up and bite the bullet.
Right.
Well, you're absolutely right about that. I mean, he should be communicating or saying something or letting you know. Or I don't disagree with that. All I was just trying to say, and like I said, I'm not sure I'm making clear. It's just like you're letting it really get to you, and you're upsetting yourself. Like you're making yourself miserable over it.
Right.
Maybe I'm overstating it, but you know what I mean. Like I would be like, well, fuck it.
Well,
I'm gonna get my. You got enough to worry about.
Ralph, you're right, but you know what? It doesn't consume me 24 hours a day. Today at 6:02 when we started, it got to me, and I brought it up. And I would never have brought that up on the air if Dan didn't, and Howard didn't keep bringing it up. And that's it. I'm classier than to loan people money and then to bring it up on the air. He brought it up. He brought it up. And, this other guy who owes me the money, who I won't talk about because I would never do that, he's not a friend of mine. I don't know him.
I still don't know why you lent that guy money.
Because he told me he was going to get killed by a loan shark or something, and he was going to get evicted from his house. And look, people know I'm a soft touch. I gave the guy $4,000, and you know what? He's not a friend of mine, and I don't care if I ever see him again. But Dan is, and I do care. That's the problem.
Dude, that's the problem too. It's like people know that you give out money, and it's like
I know, but and look, the
Bank of Hoboken.
To my family, exactly.
What do they call you?
The Bank of Hoboken. That was very funny. But to my family's credit, no one in my family has ever asked me for money. I got cousins who work their ass off climbing roofs, carpenters. I come from a classy family, thank God. It's no one in my family. They're happy for me, and I love seeing them. But I got a couple. Look, I went to a high school, had a few dirtbags in it, and people.
And they seem to find her.
People are lingering around. Why do you think I'm not on Facebook?
Hey, have you been able to say no to anyone?
You'd be bankrupt if you were on Facebook.
That's a good question. Have you said no to anyone?
Like, what's the best story you said no to?
From the guy who couldn't say no to Scott, the engineer.
Oh, right.
Like from a high school.
That's true, right?
You know what, Benji? I don't think I've ever said no to someone who's asked me to loan them money. And because no one's ever asked me to loan them $1 million, but people have always asked me to loan them money that's affordable to me. Technically, with Dan, I did, because Dan wanted $15,000. I gave him $7,500, and then he came back and said, "Forget about it."
Can I tell you something? This is really terrible. We were going to do sort of a practical joke hidden camera. It came up on the air. I came up in one of the meetings one time. You were lending people money. We were like, Artie's such a soft touch. He's such a good guy. We were going to do a hidden camera.
Yeah.
Where I was, but this, I felt so bad about
Where
this.
I was going to come out to George Takei and he was going to ask me for money?
No. where I was going to go in and see, like maybe tell you, like, one of my kids was sick and see how much I could get out of you. And I said, that's just a terrible thing. Like, could I, but you would have given me money. And
let me tell you something. If you told me one of your kids was sick, I would have given you $400,000.
I know that. I know, and that's what we sort of know that there was no.
That would have been. And who,
I couldn't do that with my
kids.
kids.
There's no God, but God forbid. I have to say that, like my grandmother. Your kid. Hopefully, your kid doesn't get.
Well, the other thing is,
if I was coming to Artie for money, I would think like, all right, what's the number that would, he would pay, but it wouldn't be ridiculous. Like Dan overreached with 15.
It's like Deal or No Deal.
And Ralph makes a good living, but I'm sure that, and to Ralph's credit, he's never asked me for any money. You know what I mean? It's like,
I've never borrowed money from anybody.
Right. I mean, and that's the thing about Ralph. Like, he does have that principle about him because he was raised right, I think. But and I think Dan was raised right, too, but he was just desperate. It was his kid, and I'm not trying to fuck with him. But I said something today spontaneously, and maybe I shouldn't have, but it was on the air already.
It's more like Price is Right. Like, how high do you bid? At what point do you turn Artie off?
That would be the gag to pull on you.
Will Artie lend this woman from Ohio with the gout $25,000? I'm going to say lower.
Higher.
Hey, what's up? This is Will, and on Tuesday's wrap-up show, we talked about the great game Bang My Dad, where Matt, a very lucky father, won a great date with a mother-daughter porn team from the Bunny Ranch. This guy is a lucky dude. Check it out.
We should get to the big contest, and that was Bang Your Dad, where daughters came in and pitched their fathers to win a date with the Bunny Ranch mother-daughter team of Ellie and Desi. And was it awkward in there? I mean, or
Well, I wasn't in there. We should get Will down here. I actually missed a lot of it. I was on a phone call for a good deal of it. But, you do look up at your monitor, and you see – a dad, one was surrounded by two daughters and one was surrounded by, a daughter. And I heard the girl say, well, my dad had a bad experience with a hooker. That's why I brought him here. And it is a little, it is a little different.
Benji, you were in there. Was it awkward? Was it exciting? How did you feel?
You think Benji felt awkward because there were girls trying to get their fathers laid by whores?
Listen, it's not my life, but I really don't think there's anything
wrong. It could be
wrong
actually one day. I
don't.
I can see your daughter trying to get you a whore.
I wouldn't want to have to pay for sex, but I just don't think I don't know. To me, it's not. It's unconventional and it's different, but it's not really that bad. But of course, yeah, it's shocking.
Do you think it's a good measure of a daughter's love for their father?
It was nice if they can have a healthy way to talk about it with them. Sure, why not?
And Will Murray. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ben.
The daughters seem to. Yeah, they all seem to have very nice relationships with their dads.
All right, Will Murray now joining us here on the wrap-up show. Will, was this a tricky contest to pull off? Or maybe there are a bunch of daughters who want their dads to win a dream date with a mother-daughter Bunny Ranch team.
No, I mean, we didn't have a whole lot of people to work with, but obviously we had enough to make it work. Actually, one of the couples broke, that they dropped out at the last minute. I guess the wife and the husband made up, so they were out.
And then we had one other contestant that was interested, but these were the two great stories just because, the daughter with the hooker saga, and then obviously the one guy is still married, which is such a great story. So
And that seemed to freak Howard out.
Yeah, Dominic was frustrated by his first Vegas experience, I guess. That's the one contestant. He came real close to winning this one, but he just came up a vote short. And then Matt, who was still married, his daughters put him up for it. He said he spoke with his wife once, and she gave him the go-ahead, and that's pretty much how he's going to proceed.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I was actually really surprised that Matt was here, at the beginning of the contest, because you just hear this on paper, and it just doesn't almost compute. You're like, what are you talking about?
So I didn't understand. He's married.
He's still married.
And he said his wife said it was okay. And why did his daughters want this for him if he's married?
Because they said, he works very hard and he hasn't had a very good marriage. They didn't say it was a bad marriage. They just said it's kind of a stale marriage and he needed some spice.
Because I wonder how they'd feel if their daughters were getting, their husband's a girl because maybe, they wanted to make this marriage be a little better. It is. Listen, it's. I don't judge, but it's wacky behavior.
And if you missed it, here's a clip of Matt winning the big contest.
All right, Matt. Well, it's a date. The ladies are with you. God bless you. Whatever happens, happens. That's between you guys.
Well, what do the girls do while Dad now goes on this date?
What are you girls going to be
Have
busy
sex with me.
What are you girls going to be busy doing?
I don't know. We're going to go out and look for our own dates.
I see.
Square.
And Matt, by the way, let me say something. There's no shame in you going off with the ladies, and even if it's just making out and some sexual talk, you can just do that. I mean, you don't have to.
Dirty books together. You're such a.
I'm just putting the thought out there. You can do what goes on. It's a date. It's It's,
He's so conservative.
Howard is evolved.
I'm evolved.
You are.
Thank you.
I haven't though. So listen.
I offered my boob and he wouldn't touch.
Now, I pulled that clip for a couple reasons, but one, I've never heard Robin called Howard a fuddy-duddy before. Where's she coming from on that?
I don't know, Howard, just giving the guy all the options, you know what I mean? And the guy could do whatever he wants.
There was something really, just his demeanor, it was really sad. And I was one of the voters, and I voted for him because I didn't know what criteria to vote on. Like, the Dominic situation seemed much happier. Like, he just seemed like he was divorced, and his daughter was kind of shy about it, but she wanted her dad to get laid. And this one just seemed darker, but there was something so sad about him. Gary, you voted, right?
No, I didn't. I didn't vote at all.
Who would you have voted for?
I didn't. You know what? I said I was on a phone. I didn't hear enough of it to really be able to get the full gist of it.
Yeah, I just I don't know. Did you disagree with the outcome?
I probably would have voted for Dominic. But it was like a 51-49 split. They both had pretty good stories, I thought. What about you, Will?
I would have voted for Matt. I thought that's the more compelling story. It'll be funny, especially if we can get the mom on the air tomorrow when we talk about the date.
That'd be great.
And it might be going on right now.
Exactly.
Right. By the way, a funny sort of backstage thing that was going on. Ron Jeremy, the porn star, he's been here so many times and he never gets in the door. You know what I mean? And it's become almost like a running joke, and it's gotten to the point where Ron doesn't even ask anymore. So he was with Dennis from the Bunny Ranch, but I walked by the green room. Ron was sleeping and snoring so fucking loud. It was the funniest thing to see Ron Jeremy passed out in our green room.
Let's talk about Desi and Ellie. Ellie's the mom and Desi's the daughter. Or do I have that backwards?
Backwards. Desi was the mother. Ellie's the daughter.
And Ellie seemed to have a lot of fans in the studio today.
Who, Ellie?
Yeah.
The daughter? Yeah, she's pretty hot, especially for, Bunny Ranch girls sometimes get a bum rap, but the last few that have come in here have been pretty attractive. That Brooke Taylor was really hot, I thought, and the Virgin girls were hot, too.
Which was the one that was doing this?
That was the mom.
Oh, okay.
That was Desi.
And what do you think of their relationship between the two of them?
It's so bizarre. Even doing the pre-interview, and Desi was telling me how she scolds Ellie for not cleaning up their Bunny Ranch room, and then Ellie tells me, well, I have a lot of rough sex in there and things get scattered. What am I supposed to do? It's just the whole thing is weird.
I like the part where they talk about they are a mother-daughter team, but they don't do things together. There's a line, and they won't look at each other. They could have sex in the same room, but they won't look at each other or make eye contact.
Right, and they go even further than that, saying well, if we saw each other, that would be disgusting.
That'd be
that's the hard line they draw.
Yeah, it's interesting to see where they're drawing lines because there are a few other things that may cross other people's minds.
Right,
lines, excuse me. But when you put together a contest like this, people are going to be somewhat freaked because you got, the daughters pitching the dads and what the prize is. But ultimately, that's what makes it compelling to listen to, I would imagine.
Yeah, they're interesting people. It's not your average person who wants to get their dad laid.
Ask Napkin Ed, you're on the wrap-up show.
Yeah, those fucking bitches made me sick today that you had in there on the fucking show with that fucking laugh and it's fucking phony ass shit. And I wouldn't mind fucking cutting their throats and putting them in the ghost.
Ed, calm down.
No, they made me fucking sick.
Ed, you know, you got to chill out.
I'm fucking mad.
All right.
He's angry.
Hey, it's Sal, and on Wednesday's wrap-up show, the brilliant Bob Levy came on to talk about his problems and the fact that he can't spell, that he can't comprehend anything, and then they asked him who's smarter, himself or me, and that fucking moron had the balls to say he's smarter than me. He can't even say shrimp properly. He can't even spell. He's an idiot from New Jersey. He lives in a fucking trailer. Fuck you, Bob.
Christine, when you came in, you were skeptical of the way Bob pronounces things and the way he spells things. I mean, Bob, some people think, how could you not be able to say this? How can you not be able to spell this?
Because I don't know these words. Like, once I can get to know the word, it's, I can learn it, and that's how I go. I don't use these words like that. Doug came up with that stupid word, and he spit on me when he was saying it. What was that word
again?
Oh, what was that?
Oh, my God. It was like tittle or thwaddle something or other.
I mean, it's words that you don't use. Yeah, tiddly. What the fuck is that? When am I going to use that?
And that's one thing we do a Miserable Men is a lot of people say, I just don't buy it. I can't believe that this guy can't read, that he's this, this is them saying it, that he's this stupid.
But here's how I do know it's true.
Right.
Because Bob's wife really doesn't believe it, and that's just love.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's
in other words,
love.
I think if the fact that she goes, I don't really think Bob thinks like that, and I see the way she looks at him, that's why I buy it even more.
But the funny thing is, Gary gets my emails. Like, if I send in a bid or something, he'll write back to me and go, what are you talking about? And I have to actually go back and forth 3 times.
First of all, Bob writes no capitalization, no punctuation, and unbelievable amount of misspelling. So it's hard to really comprehend. I'll show you one of his emails later. It's all run on. I don't know where it begins or it ends.
It's like a cat walked across the keyboard and sent an email.
But I have to say that after I've communicated with Bob enough, I sort of
now
do understand
you know it, right?
Yeah, I sort of look at your emails and I think about it and I get it.
Well, there'll be times we're doing the show and I hear him trying to pronounce a word, and he's nowhere even near the word, not even close. And for whatever reason, I know exactly what word he's trying to say.
Well, Bob, let's let Christine get a word in here. Christine, I mean, what about what Gary just said? Do you love him so much that you can look past that, or do you think?
Well, I look past it because it doesn't affect our daily life. I mean, I think I'm pretty intelligent. I have good grammar. I know how to use punctuation. So it doesn't. There's anything that needs to be done. I handle all the business stuff and anything that needs to be written down. But he does ask me.
Isn't it true
read.
that,
Like, Christine, what's a word that he asked? Like, you're sitting at home and he goes, Christine, how do you spell? And you go, oh, my God.
Yeah, he'll be on the computer. The other day it was through. And I said, well, do you mean through as in I threw a ball, or I need to go through, the toll booth or whatever?
And he goes, I don't know, just tell me through.
Yeah, so I had to find out which
So I
meaning.
said
and
true.
then
I went through.
But then I spell it, and then he's like, okay, wait, say it again. And then I have to spell something like 4 times, and I'm
She's
sitting
my
there
spell
thinking,
check.
like, how can he not know this? Like, a part of me, I know he's not faking it, but part of me is just like, he's not a stupid man. So how can you not know how to spell simple
I have
words?
a blockage with things like that. I am totally, like, 3/4 of my mind is perfect. I can think of great ideas.
Really?
I
That
can,
much of your mind?
Well, all right, half of my mind.
Well, throwing all the jokes out the window.
Yeah.
When you were in school and stuff, how did you do as a general rule? Like, you graduated high school.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
I went to 6 years of high school. I would have had to stay.
You were that guy?
I was that guy, the guy that had the car.
Yeah,
exactly. I was the guy.
You were buying beer for everybody?
Yeah, I was the guy. And I got to the point where they go, you're going to have to go another half a year to graduate, and I couldn't anymore. I just couldn't do it anymore.
You know what after 6 years?
After 6 years, I still needed like 6 more credits or something like that.
And did they ever? It was so long ago, but did they ever test you, diagnose you? Say
No,
you're ADD,
they
or,
just.
Or
I just smoked a lot of pot.
When you were in high school,
school,
did you stay in one room and the teachers moved, or did you move from class
I went to class to class, you fuck.
You know what it's
I had a
like?
helmet on. I thought I was on the football team.
It's like in the the movie Better Off Dead. He has this friend, and he goes, "Look, I've been in high school for 8 years. I'm no dummy."
All right, I have a question for the room, and then, of course, I want you to answer it, Bob.
Okay.
Who's the smarter guy, Bob Levy or Sal Governale? Fred, you first.
You know what? It's like being, who's the winner in the Special Olympics? I mean, it's like
everybody. Who's the fastest retard?
You know,
I have a definitive answer.
I do too.
I actually might have to give the edge to Bob,
based on
just the way he conducts himself.
Right.
Gary?
It's Bob, because Bob is very aware of his limitations.
Right.
Sal knows he's limited, but then tries to go off into areas that he can't navigate.
All right, Christine?
Well, Benji, then Christine.
I think they both seem smart to me. I think Bob probably has a reading problem. He might be dyslexic, but I think he has good analytical skills, which to me is intelligence. And I think Sal does also.
So you got to pick one.
Oh, if I think one is smarter, probably on tests. There's no way to know that. On tests, Sal would do better.
Okay, Christine?
Definitely my husband, obviously. But I think Bob is so street smart, and he's so good with numbers, and he's such a great businessman that it's so odd that he can't read. Because, I mean, he'll add up, he'll be figuring out ticket sales and how many seats they need. And, I mean, he's doing all these figures in his head, and he's adding up, for the month, he has 10 shows. Okay, this is how much I'm going to make for the end of the month. I mean, he does it like that in his head.
Does he ever say Judge Wapner's on at 4 o'clock?
No, I never did that.
You ever think about getting a tutor or somebody just to help you? I'm not kidding around.
Well, I'm taking acting lessons, so I'm going to see how that works.
I'm sorry, what are you
out.
taking?
See,
Acting
he just said
lessons.
lessons. It's lessons.
Well, that's going to help me talk.
Shirley, who's your vote for?
I would say based on people skills, because Bob, I think, has a little bit better people skills. He could talk to people, and believe it or not, he does have a filter in his head that I think Sal sometimes is there, but it's just not on.
Bob, you want to vote on this?
I would definitely say me, because like when we played that game and Sal wouldn't check the words that I did, and I sent you the bit. I said, why don't we have a thing where people would call in to win if I got it right or if Sal got it wrong? Like he wouldn't check the game, so it would be like a double game trying to win it, because he's checking my words on a computer and he can't do it.
That's true.
That makes him stupider.
Well said, Bob. Well said.
Well put.
Am I right?
Yeah, well put.
And
I
stupider
believe
was
the term is-
actually correct when he used it that way.
It's actually more stupid.
in that context.
Well, yeah.
Hey, Chris. So Christine said you're good with math. Can you do simple
Go ahead,
math?
hit me. Go ahead, hit me the numbers.
It's simple. 15% of 200.
No, well, give me like 8 times 7, anything like that. I'll answer.
All right, 8
that.
times 7.
56.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Really,
he stomps out the
12
answer.
times 12.
144. Keep going.
All right, he knows his times tables.
He knows his
He knows his gazettas.
He knows his gazettas.
That's a word, too.
Here you go, Bob.
Yes.
Playing the club this weekend.
Yes.
200 people are going to be there, and tickets are $20 a piece.
$4,000.
And you're getting and you're getting half of every
And
ticket.
Julie gets $50.
$2,000 I got.
We got 2 speech impediments we got to pay out, plus a retard in a dunk tank.
No, I would get.
And we got to clean $20 to
$2,000.
clean the shit out of the toilet.
Yeah, the diameter of an opening on a shower is 3.
All right, I'm voting for Sal because it was unanimous in here, so someone's got to stand up for him.
Maybe we should do something one day, because there's something. He's not a bright man. I love the guy, but I can look in his raccoon eyes and know there's something wrong. There's something wrong. I love the guy, but there's something wrong with him.
I think Sal's a lot smarter than you guys, all of you realize. And
You think he's like a fox, smart like
I'm
that?
giving him a ride home every day, so clearly,
That's true. Look, a free ride home. In
But
this
John,
gas
you have been in
from
the
a
car
Jew.
where you probably had to bite your lip when Sal was saying, in World War II, when we fought in Indonesia, he's always said, like, he didn't know who were the allies and who were the enemies in World War II.
No, Gary, he didn't know the Revolutionary War was before World War II.
Right.
So yeah, with some academic stuff, he's not the brightest bulb.
John,
but
his geography's pretty bad
But
too.
like Christine was saying, Bob's got a lot of street smarts. Sal has a lot of street smarts too.
The whole thing is Sal thinks he's smart. I know I'm not. He'll go and say, he'll give his answer. He'll talk about shit that he has no knowledge about. I know to shut the fuck up.
Bob's right. If you ask Bob a question, Bob will go, I think this might be the answer. If you ask Sal a question, he goes, all right, everybody, calm down.
Yes.
Here's the answer. And then when it's wrong, it's 10 times funnier.
Exactly.
My question, John, is
when it's wrong. I'm sorry, Shirley. When it's wrong, he breaks out the statistics to prove that he's right.
Statistically speaking,
That's
black babies.
when you started driving Sal home and you started hearing his thought process, like in Millionaire, let's say, where they're breaking down a question, when did you realize that I can never correct this guy again? Because I have that with Bob. Every Sunday we get together, plan the show, and he'll say something before the show starts, and there's a rule between all of us. I've yelled at guys, don't ever correct them.
Absolutely
correct.
Probably as early as you realized it with Bob. To answer your question.
On Thursday's wrap-up show, we talked to Richard and Will about Richard's hard feelings when Will yelled at him, and apparently Richard was avoiding going in the back and contributing to the show a little bit, and Howard, of course, brought that up on the air. And we thought we had that resolved till Jason came in and talked about how he was really angry at Richard for a bunch of things. And Sal piped in, Gary piped in. Before you knew it, everybody was angry at everyone and no one trusted anybody. And here's how it all went down.
How do you feel after today, Richard? Do you feel like, do you feel like you have to have thicker skin, or you feel like you handled it the right way and now it's all gone?
Yeah, and you definitely get a thicker skin after working here for a while. But I lived with Will. I was such good friends with him, and it upset me because we were so close. And, to have somebody just scream at you like you're a little kid, it really pissed me off. And I don't like to get pissed off, so it kind of freaked me out, and I just wanted to get away from it for a while,
But was it fair for Howard to say that Will's anger...
Get out of here, Ronnie.
Will's anger crushed your exuberance at work?
No, I was still exuberant. I just didn't want to go near his area and, put up notes and things, and Sal would do it instead. But I did feel weird about, calling in and with drops and things like that after that. Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I just felt like if I called in, it'd be bothering them.
See, and the way it was coming across, again, I couldn't really see it, but the way people were telling me was it seemed more like you were, A, pouting, and B, almost like punishing everybody. Like, fuck you, I'm not going to participate anymore if you're going to treat me like shit.
I wasn't pouting at all. That's Sal. We've been fine. We've been having a blast, and it was just, doing our work, and it just is a thing where I don't want to be a kind of burden, and I don't want people to get pissed off at me, like, because you talk a lot about how I bug you and I drive you crazy, and I feel bad about that.
But the funny thing was even today when you're saying you're afraid to come to me, and I'm saying you shouldn't be afraid. There's a middle ground. In other words, you came to me all the time and wanted my undivided attention, and then you completely stopped coming to me and just I am me, and there's a middle ground.
But you said you like the I am.
I do, but it doesn't mean that you can. But you I am me to say that this is on your page. We have a new phone call or something like that. But you don't come to talk to me about your weekend anymore. And I'm saying you got to pick and choose and say, I don't need to come to Gary to. There's a great Tradio call on page 1. I don't need to come to Gary and sell it because Gary will listen to it and he'll know whether it's great or not. But I do need to come to Gary and say, this is what I did this weekend. There was a baby cry and I've got tape of it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You just got to pick and choose your places.
Yeah, and there were things that we've tried to tell you about lately, like we did a gig in Alabama that we told you about, and you kind of just seemed like you didn't care.
Right, but that means I don't think it's good for the air. And that's if I'm going to be the filter, that's what it's going to be. I mean, I could sit there and pretend that it's really great, and then you guys go back to your room, and then you'll come back to me 5 times and go, hey, is he going to talk about Alabama? Is he going to talk about Alabama? Or I can just be really upfront with you because I think we have that relationship and go, yeah, I don't think that story works for the show, and then we move on, and we shouldn't be mad at each other.
Ronnie, has he been leaving you alone the past few weeks?
Oh, yeah, man. It's like they're not even here anymore.
Really?
Which is great.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
See,
it's awesome.
Everybody likes it.
I know,
awesome.
but one of your favorite things is breaking Ronnie's balls, both of you.
Yeah, now he's been like my best friend.
We still.
I knew all about his therapy shit before I think all you guys did.
I know, it sounds like a wounded animal.
He's unloading to me in the hallway,
No, we still love breaking Ronnie's balls. We're just looking for the right opportunity.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Believe me, it's there. Now,
Jason, you seem a little pissed off.
I am pissed off at Richard, actually. Richard mostly, because I think
I'm pissed off that you're on this show right now.
No, that's so funny.
That we have to hear your voice.
The whole audience is pissed off right now.
Well, guys, let Jason talk. Go ahead.
Richard sits there in his passive-aggressive bullshit on the air today and really let Will take a bad rap. Richard and Sal, mostly Richard, don't understand that what they do to Will and Steve when they're on the phone, they're the ones that slow the process down about getting jokes up and getting shit out there. They, when Richard has a funny thought or something he wants to put up, it's like nothing else in the world exists to him. That it doesn't matter who you're talking to, what you're doing at the moment, what's going on anywhere. It just becomes the prime focus of it. He laser beams on it and won't let go. And, in fact, I remember that day when you guys got in a fight. It was noisy in the office. There was a ton of shit going on. You both were calling the hotline at the same time. Now, Will can only physically pick up one phone call at a time. And he just yelled, guys, back the fuck off. If you want to get your shit up there, call in one at a time. Now, listen, I don't know how Will got portrayed as not being able to handle the phones or that he's keeping your guys' material off the air this morning. But that is just such bullshit. And you stood there and let that perception go by when you guys are the ones that you can't. You really don't understand how to communicate with anybody.
That's not true.
And then your response to it is to take your ball home like a little fucking baby. Oh, Will yelled at me once, so I'm never gonna put a joke up again. And well, what the fuck? That only hurts the show, asshole.
Asshole.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at this shit.
So first of all, why isn't Will in here explaining this? What are you?
I think he's sick of talking about it.
He's coming down right
now. Or
now.
maybe he's not as upset about it as I am. But
you're
Will's
not upset about it, Jason. You're just utilizing this to get on the air because you have nothing better
Sal, let
to
me
do.
exploit my dad for 5 hours so I can get on the air.
It was
I mean, you know what, you motherfucker. I mean, don't sit there and act like you're Mr. I don't want airtime. Oh, my dad was the biggest asshole in the world. Oh, good, this got me airtime.
Nobody's listening to you anyway. Go ahead. Keep
Oh, my wife's cheating on me. Let me turn that into 7 years of radio.
Do I get to respond?
Wait, isn't this the guy that Howard tell my mom not to talk to me anymore?
Yeah.
No, my mom called into the show. That's
No,
her
everything
problem.
Jason
She
does is
exploited
perfect.
herself.
All right, hold on.
Calling Richard an asshole, that was real
Everybody
nice.
quiet.
And by the way, this has been a nice 2 months not having to talk to that fucking asshole in the
Okay. Richard, everybody quiet down. Will Murray, please step up to a microphone because Will's here. Let's talk to the source.
Jason is exactly the reason I don't come into the office.
Wait, what have I ever done to you in the office, Richard?
Dude,
go ahead. No, go ahead. Name it.
No, you've thrown everybody on this show under the bus so much with private stuff we've said to you. Nobody around here trusts you.
Really?
You can't say anything to you. I don't feel like I can even
Don't talk
say
to me,
one
you
thing
dumb
about the show. Yeah, go ahead and attack me like that. That's real smart. But I can't even feel like I can talk to you about the show because you'll go on the air and twist it around and piss somebody off about it.
Good. Don't talk to me about the show.
Well,
You're a
hold
little
on.
rat.
But Jason, does that resolve anything? You're here to resolve something. Does that resolve calling him
I'm
a
not
dumb
the one
hick?
saying out of. I'm not the one saying out of the
he
office.
actually didn't come here to resolve anything. He came here to say he didn't agree with what Richard said today. I don't know that he came looking for a resolution.
I don't really care about resolving.
Let me respond.
John Hines got the floor.
I will, but let me reset the table here. Jason was, and I saw it, he was pissed off at the way Richard was talking on the air today about how Will was in there. Jason was genuinely pissed off about the way Richard was portraying himself and more portraying Will when it came down to this issue, and is genuinely pissed off. But I could tell Richard is pissed off at Jason too. And Jason, you got to let Richard have his say. You had yours.
Right.
Go ahead, Richard.
And listen, we might come in there and maybe we do get a little annoying, but there's a civil way of telling us to calm down a little bit. You don't tell somebody, what the fuck are you doing? You don't yell at somebody like they're a little kid. And that's what really pissed me off. I don't want to be treated. Will treats the callers like shit, and he'll even be the first to admit that. And I don't want to be treated like that. I work here. I want to be respected. If I'm annoying you, just say, please stop.
Right, but you do. I understand that, and I totally agree with that. And in a very calm environment where there's no deadlines, that applies. But listen, I've been that mean to Sal from time to time. I've been to Sal like, you got to get the fuck out of my office because you're just not fucking listening. Right. And I don't like being like that. But when something's going on and there's Howard's calling for something and we're